Sorry, I was trying to share my stream out, which I didn't. I may have got done. I may not have. We'll see. All right. Hopefully this is working. Let me go over here and get this going because everything is lagging behind. Come on. There we go. Okay, YouTube is caught up a little bit. Let me check the sound. Okay, it must be muted there. I hope so. Yep. Yep. All right, there we go. All right, double check sound. So it's working. All right, how's it going? Jay Watterson, Joel Vetters, what's up? How you guys doing? I'm not going to be a weenie whiner about it, but I've had a little bit of a rough day to do with family, so forgive me if I'm a little unfocused, which is the point of my thumbnail. It is unfocused because I'm here to talk about at least 2-3 hours, talk about whatever we feel like. It can be from Tyler Robinson to Trump's speech, which I'll be looking into more. I only heard some of it because I was driving back from out at my parents' house, so I listened to it in the car. And I heard most of it in the car, so apologies if I'm not perfect on everything he said with that. Also, maybe discuss the flock cameras, maybe look at an Odyssey review, and holy crap, see, I told you, unfocused. There's a nice little video about grocery items, 25 grocery items from the 1980s that went away, and personally, I found many of them that, dang, I had some fond feelings of, so I thought that'd be a good way to end the stream tonight. How are you guys doing? And thank you, Joel and Jay Watterson, for stopping in. And I did warn you guys, if anybody saw my short today, I said that I was trying for 10, but I'd probably be fashionably late, and I was. Andrew, how's it going overseas, bud? So if you guys that are here can please hit thumbs up for the stream. If you're watching this afterwards, please do the same. I mean, I've been running around like crazy, but at least I've been trying to get some shorts up and everything else. And I know I will remember to try to do live streams from the phone also. But I know I'm wearing a ducktail shirt that's all worn out and sweaty from out helping my dad, and we're here. And I know it's a little dark, but hey, it is what it is. Video for you to watch, only 5 minutes. It's not really a subject for this stream. Post it, dude, and I will, unless it's something you don't want to post here, but you know how to, you know my email, lionsdenws6@gmail.com, or you can post it in the chat here if you think it's okay to do so, and I will pop it up on my other computer where I watch other stuff. First off, we're going to start about something. Jay Watterson got a hold of me, and I didn't know this happened. If you ever used to grow up when you're a kid, or if you're older, an adult, I was a kid, I swear, and you watch the show Emergency, Jay Watterson got a hold of me and told me that the guy, what was his, good grief. Come on, Jay Watterson, help me here. I got him here somewhere. I got this, now you got notes here. Randolph Mantooth. That one got me. But yeah, I knew him as Johnny Gage. Emergency. He died recently. So that's too bad. So, a little bit, Johnny Cage or Rat Gage, whatever. I always called it either. I was a little kid, dude. I was a tiny kid, but that's too bad, 'cause I loved that show. And then also, gosh dang, my wife the other day, boy, I am really off focus. My wife the other day told me, oh, dude, Sam Neill died. What? So rest in peace to both Johnny Cage, or Randolph Mantooth, I guess you'd say, and Sam Neill. My wife was making a joke, now who's going to be the third? So it goes in threes. All right, so just a little quick shout out on that. We don't like to lose any of our pop culture icons. I mean, how is Telly Savalas? I don't know where that came from. Is Telly Savalas still with us? I don't know. Gosh dang, now I got to find out. Let's see. I got to find out if he's with us. You guys know, I'm sure you guys already looked it up. Telly Savalas. Holy crap, he's been gone a long time. Dude, I had no idea. I had no idea that Telly Savalas has been gone a while. He was only 72 when he passed. What is with these celebrities dying in their 70s? All right, no problem, Jay Waters. I'll open it over here, and I will watch it. Since you openly already said it's not a good topic for the stream, no problem. I will open it right here, and I just want to take a peek real quick. Okay. We're gonna have an argument. I see. I got my thumbnail got a nice mark. All right, so what do you guys want to start out with? Let's see. Let's a little discussion. Like I said, I haven't had a chance to dig into it. If you want to share anything from X or anything in the chat you would like me to look at or we can discuss from Trump's speech, feel free. But what did you guys think of what you did hear or what you know right now? I mean, I'll try to look at some stuff over the next day or two if you want to discuss it deeper. But honestly, I wasn't expecting much from Trump's speech. And I got probably a little more than I was expected out of it, than I expected. Dropping some of the big stuff about how many illegal voters are on our voting rolls. 200 plus, 250,000 or more. How China, he really went after China. Woof. And a quick thought, food for thought on that. Food for thought, nothing to argue over. Little argument doesn't hurt. Backs up the fact that people call us crazy for. Yeah, exactly, Andrew. I agree. It's Trump's speech wasn't some groundbreaking thing. Some of the rumors we heard about Warnock and Ossoff didn't come to pass, unless in some of the documents they're dropping, and in the next day or two, Trump did say that his other officials under him are going to be coming out with more stuff. So there's going to be more press conferences, more evidence dropping. Maybe we're going to hear more about Georgia. I would like to hear more about Georgia. I was a little bit annoyed that Trump was talking about the voting machine is Venezuela switching stuff. That almost seemed like either was a cop-out to me, because he's not quite ready to say, well, they did it in Georgia, they did it in 2020. He really said it happened without saying it happened. We all know they can be switched. Here's all this evidence. They can be switched. But they would happen in Venezuela. Come on, man. We all know it happened. Yes, we all know it happened. So don't tell us it happened in Venezuela. But here, everything was fine. On the election, we saw all the BS on. We saw the BS. People are still not going to forget the fact that we saw when they told the poll watchers in Georgia, we're going home for tonight, we're done counting. Poll watchers left. As soon as they left, those women will pull out ballots from under the table. I don't care if they were legitimate, above board ballots. It is illegal to count without the poll watchers. Every one of those ballots is suspect and should have been disavowed. Legal or not ballots. We saw people pocketing jump drives. Remember, they told us these machines can't be hooked to the internet. Trump tonight, they have evidence, 100% they're hooked to the internet. Even though the HBO documentary from about, 15 years ago now, openly showed they could be connected to the internet. And the votes can be changed instantly. So not really new info, but it's nice he's coming out and just openly saying they've got evidence. We saw the jump drives. We saw the blocking of people getting voted. I know everybody's going, oh my God, old news. But this does, as Andrew says, corroborate a lot of the conspiracy theories or people always telling us, you're crazy. No, it happened. So yeah, it does back up the facts. It's nice to have the backup, even though you, me, and a lot of people, and a lot of lefties, you know it was already facts. But yeah, I did like that. China and others is real. Some of the docs are on Gov website. It's oh God, I got it on my phone. Hang on. I was trying to find time. But if I would have sat down and started doing that, we never would have got on here, guys. Hang on. Let me see if it is. Here it is. Oh, good grief. Now my phone just, I don't know why I did that. It's on electedintegrity.gov or something like that. I can look it up if you guys want to go over them. I don't mind spending a little time on it. But China was his biggie. He took a target at China. And I'm going to say something. I think the theory, and I'm going to give him credit for this because this is the first person I saw say it. There's probably others. But Tim Pool had a theory. I know you're going, oh, God, Tim Pool. I'm only using him because he's the first person I saw to say this. He had a theory that this whole thing with Iran was one to, 47 years of flipping around with Iran. I'm tired of it. Everybody's tired of it. But I think a lot of it is to hurt China. And Tim Pool talked about it a long time. He has damaged China hugely. I mean, nailed them to the wall. Besides going after getting them out of the Panama Canal, getting them out of South America in a lot of areas, damaging a lot of their interests in Africa. He's hurt their energy production and moved back where they said that China was going to overtake America by like 2030. But now they're saying it's moved back to 2036 or farther already. I really do feel that Trump knew what he was doing. So we can relitigate that if you want. But Israel is a problem. A lot of you guys know I'm not a hater of Israel, but I'm not a fan of Israel. But if we are going to be part of a world economy, certain things have to be taken care of. And Iran would be one. So I did hear Donald Trump, once again, I'm meandering. I know it's a variety stream. Donald Trump has done some authorizing of Ukraine to do some pretty rough strikes on Russia that we were kind of holding them back on, and has now signed agreements letting them pay for our intellectual property to start manufacturing and using some of our weapons against Russia. So every time somebody says Trump has helped Putin, tell them to go F themselves. You can't even be nice to them anymore. You can't discuss with them. Tell them to go F themselves. Trump has done an insane amount to hurt Russia, to hurt their hunt for power or growth. China the same way. China, he has just hit hard. Now, I hear you guys on Israel, because I'd like to see us cut a lot of ties with Israel. As you guys know, I've said, I don't mind selling weapons to Israel. You got money, you have a budget surplus, come buy them from us. I don't want to give away nothing. Nothing. But yeah, some docs are, I think it's electionintegrity.gov. We can look it up if you guys really want to. You're in no rush? Okay. Thanks, Andrew. I'm sorry. Like I said, guys, this thing with my parents was a lot of phone calls, or my dad was a lot of phone calls and talking today, and not the best news. So he's not gone. It's just not the greatest news. All right, let's look here. Let's see. See, you can see what I was looking up here. Oh, get off. What? I'm actually a slightly better typer than this when the mic's not in my way. I need to set my stuff up a little better. I think it's, election integrity. Here it is. White House election integrity. Let's see. I think this is it. Oop, that was not what I wanted to do. Close. I want to keep it in my tabs. I'll move my stuff out of the way, guys. I truly hadn't forgotten this time. I'm just trying to figure out where I'm going to put me. Well, it looks like I'm going to put me over here this time. All right, election integrity. Now, I'm not sure this is the site where they had the documents released, but let's take a quick look. Up. Getting Trump pop-ups. Did anybody see this? Oh, meander. I'm squirrel. I should have called this a Lyoncast squirrel stream, because I'm squirreling. Did anybody see that they're going to strike a gold coin for Trump? It's going to be a Trump coin. Legal American tender. Legal money. U.S. dollar with Trump on it. All lefties are going to lose their mind. And it's legal. You can do a special commemorative type coin. And the person doesn't have to be a corpse. He can be living. So I know lefties. Oh my God. There's been others. We've done commemorative coins of all types with people alive. But I saw the coin. And I'm not going to lie. Call me what you want, but I want one. I really do. I really want one. Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate that, Andrew. It's, we're all going to get, well, I'm not. I am planning on doing the Connor or Duncan McLeod plan. I prefer Duncan McLeod because the last thing we knew, he was still around. Connor had a good run, but he was done. So I am planning on doing the Highlander life plan. But for the rest of you, you're going to get old. And, well, my father is older. He's 87 years old and got some health stuff going on. And not all of it is physical, let's just say. So it's becoming a problem. But I appreciate that, Andrew. I really do. All right. Andrew also says Callie is lost. I don't know if it's 100% lost. Spencer Pratt. Did you guys see his latest video? Oh, squirrel. I'm squirreling. Oh, I got to watch you guys. You're going to squirrel me even worse. I was watching LA votes 1 month. Yeah. Oh, it's crazy. They're still counting. Okay. People want to play semantics with me. Lefties, not you guys. Well, okay, you guys can if you want. But Nithya Raman gave a concession speech. Go back and look at her speech. That was a god-danged effing concession speech. She was crying. We tried. I knew we couldn't do it. She was conceding. So, you know what? Nithya, I have a bigger hatred for Nithya Raman right now. Not nice to hate. Shut up. I have a bigger hatred for Nithya Raman than I do Karen Bass or even Gavin Newsom. Even almost, not quite, J.B. Pritzker. That little T-Wat, you know you lost. You were crying. You know. She, among anybody, knows this is fake. She knows she lost. She knows that election was rigged. She was standing up there, look at them numbers, knew she got decimated, was crying. I'm so sorry. You know it. If she had even a lick of integrity, you know what? She could blow the lid off of the Democrats. Now, she's kind of a Democrat socialist. DSA, you may want to talk to your girl. If she comes out and blows the lid off, she may have lost this election, but it's going to decimate the Democrat Party. If the DSA, sorry, I'm not trying to help them, but sheesh, you want to see some infighting. If the DSA had some brains, which a lot of times they don't, they would talk to Nithya, go, yo, biatch, come here, come here. You go and concede this election. Give this to Pratt, and then you blow. She's got to have info now. They had to come to her and go, hey, Nithya, pat on the back, stroke, whatever. We got this election for you, so you're good. Turn in who told her that. Anybody she knows is involved. Bring down the Democrat Party, and that paves the way for you DSA people. It'll be DSA versus Republicans. And honestly, we may hate the DSA, but look, they're kind of, in a way, you got to respect, they're a little more honest. You got them just out saying what they're going to do. Yep, we want to bring communism. We want to power the people. We want to seize the means of production. They're just openly saying their crap. I mean, I almost find that refreshing compared to Pelosi and all the other a-holes who will lie to your face, turn around and go, yeah, buy me some more of that stock on that bill I just passed. I almost kind of respect it slightly more. So to the DSA, if you have any brains, talk to Nithya. Get this stuff done. You may have lost this election, but boy, you'll bring down your biggest rivals, which is not the Republican Party, the Democrat Party. Just saying. That's just the way I see it. But yeah, what do you guys think about that bit of craziness? Do you think maybe it would be a good idea if they did that? I don't know if Callie's lost, though. I don't know. I don't know, guys. You're pulling me to some good topics. Not good. Don't forget the video from Maricopa County, Arizona, showing machines being manipulated. Well, yeah, I mean, even look at Carrie Lake. They've now proven in court all the shenanigans that happened in Arizona, but then they said, well, but the judge's way out was, but we don't know if that would have changed the election enough for you to win. That prick should be removed from the bench, kicking and screaming, and jailed for fraud. Or at least never, ever, ever, ever work as any around anything to do with law ever again. What a jackass. Yeah, this show, okay, cheated, yes, changed this. Oh, this was on purpose, did this. And wait a minute, your opponent was in charge of the election. Oh, all this evidence. Yeah, okay, yeah, it changed everything. But I don't know if it changed it enough. What a load of shite. So yeah, there's a lot of dirty stuff. Yeah, I don't mind you guys dragging me. I'm a squirrel tonight as it is. I don't know. It's like I said, I'm not whining, guys. You ever have just talked to either a family member or something going on where it just feels like your day just donkey punched you in the head, and you're just like, okay. Election integrity. Let's see if we got anything here. President Trump's address. I don't think we want to rewatch all that, do we? What was it, like an hour? His voice sounded horrible. Sounded like mine did a month ago. We're trying to see, see if we get to anything. Vulnerabilities, electronics, and ballot systems. Ooh. China's this. Dude, he went after China. This goes right back to my squirrel from when I was talking about the Iran war. I think it's big of us to hurt China. And now he's coming out and just blasting China over voter irregularities in our elections. Dude, he is just hammering China. And he's doing stuff that the war in the Ukraine, not the Ukraine, in Ukraine, just to decimate them. Whether we know it or not, people like it or not, he is the electric fence that China and Russia are just pissing on right now. He is zapping the crap out of both of them. Wow. All right. I don't know. Let's see. There's zip files. Oh boy. I don't know if I want to download the Michigan one. I'm a little more interested in that. Ooh. All right. I'll wait a second. What do you guys want to open first? We have non-citizens on state voter rolls. Well, if my home state of Illinois is not in there, I'm going to call it a bullshit investigation. Because we know that Illinois, one of the biggest, the dead people could be citizens. Illinois is known to have the most dead people on the voting rolls of any state. Weird how that is. Weird how people in other countries will make jokes about it because they know Illinois is so bad that. According to DHS review, state voter rolls, 278,000 non-citizens registered to vote. Wow. Since Democrat states refuse to share their voter files, the real number is actually much higher. Wow. So we got that. Michigan registration investigation. China's acquisition, exploitation of American voter rolls, and vulnerabilities. I like maybe the ballot stuff. China has info on everyone. Yeah, no kidding. They have, 220 million U.S. voter files. Sure, that may include some dead humans, but holy crap. That is insane. But honestly, in this day and age, with everybody being on TikTok that we knew China was gleaning all info off that, with everybody carrying around one of these, is any of us really surprised that a huge, powerful government that's against us doesn't have our info? I mean, I don't know how much my info will help China take over the world. I don't know. I don't know. Do you think it is a huge number? You're right. But what do you think? Do you think there's a lot they can do with that data? Or what? I don't know. We hear sensitive data now all the time. Exactly what's sensitive? Well, let's open. Let me see. I'll hit the zip. All right, I downloaded the zip file. I'm waiting. All right, let's see. Let's open this puppy. I'm not sure I have something to open a zip file, so hold with me here because I am not a hugely computer literate person. I'm not a dumb. Okay, I'm kind of a dummy, but All right, waiting here. Okay. Mac Cox. Okay. 2, China acquisition. What is this? That's a file folder. What is that? Ooh, I don't know what that is. I'm going to go with this. See what this says. Whoa, look at that. Dude, that just gives you raw stuff. 18 states memo. I know that I saw somebody, I can't remember what I was listening to on the way home. Trump, was it Timcast? I can't remember. But they were saying that that data being released, that what they've gleaned over already, is much more important, much bigger than what Trump's talking about. That he actually kind of undersold it. Eloc, how's it going, Eloc? How you doing, man? Maduro is part of it. That's why he's brought to New York, is he? Yeah, I think so. Trump mentioned him openly tonight, guys. He mentioned Maduro openly. And I do think that was part of it, besides the fact that Trump, it did something I like. Screwing around in Ukraine, screwing around in the Middle East, screwing around over here and over there. I actually have less problems with dealing with Venezuela, Cuba. I would definitely toss flippin' Mexico in there. And, sorry, Canadians, maybe you guys too. I don't know. I have less problems with throwing our weight around in our own hemisphere, in countries touching us or almost touching us. Countries that ripped us off to the tune of probably, what they say, trillions of dollars. Venezuela. I have less problems with that than screwing around halfway around the world, where the Middle East and Europe should be handling their own shite. I will say the one problem is we are involved in a world economy at this point, so you can't let one country screw around with 20% of the world economy. That's my one issue. Maduro has to do with the voting machines, yes, which is why he openly mentioned Maduro, but I think he made a misstep there. He shouldn't have just said the voting machines are changing elections in Venezuela. He should have openly and directly stated and drew the line right to the 2020 elections here. He just said, as we know, they're changing the elections for Maduro in Venezuela and here in 2020. He should have drawn the line directly, because there are people out there going, I don't give a rat's ass about Venezuela's elections. They won't see the parallel. They don't see where he's going with it. And honestly, he shouldn't have left out the fact the same machines were used in our elections. He should have drawn the straight line, and he should have taken a highlighter and highlighted it for everybody. One, it puts the lefties who want to, there's no evidence, in a corner. Right now, he left the lefties and out. Okay, Maduro, who cares? He didn't say America's election with those machines. Shit. You know? He should have pinned them down. So yeah, Maduro's given some stuff, I'm sure, but he should have openly said, and 2020. Remember, we saw people pocketing jump drives. All right. Let's see, what do we got here? We got the 18 states memo, clean, declassified. 200 million voter records compromised. CIA wire memo, summer 2020. Yeah, that's where CIA knew China was screwing around with stuff and said, okay. Wow. The dog in the burning room? It's fine. Email, everyone's favorite topic. Don't know that. NSA massaged something. I don't know if I want to see NSA people massaging anything. Wow, there's a lot of these headers here. Collection of U.S. voter military. Ooh. Yeah, PRC, People Republic of China. Wow. Voter data for 7 U.S. states. Dude, there's a lot of crap here. And I only picked one zip file, guys. So Trump, he really, really undersold this. The way he sounded, I'm almost wondering if he doesn't feel good right now. But dude, this is, wow. That's a lot of numbers. Let's go look at something. Ooh, here we go. Which one do I want? I want to see, do I want to see what the CIA did? Or do I want to see what People's Republic of China were up to? I want to see what they did with the U.S. presidential election. See what Windows cannot complete the extraction. Uh-oh. So my computer won't open them. You jerks. Yeah, I can't open it. Compressed zip file, zip folders error. Oh, lovely. What they do? Give out fake info? Yeah, I can't open any of them. Okay, well, that's not helpful. So is it a my computer? Ooh, he's opening that. I was thinking. Hey, look at that. So there's something wrong with some of them, or my computer needs needs something updated. You need to need WinRAR? WinRAR? Rar, rar, rar. That's weird because I opened, this one opened. I thought I had zip file stuff on here. I guess, see, I got extract up here. I thought I had a file. Let's take a look here. Sensitive government agency. Are they really sensitive, guys? If they were sensitive, they wouldn't be screwing over the American public. Declassified by Council of the President, 10th of July, 2026. This was just declassified 6 days ago. I mean, is it really declassified, though? I know Jay Watterson is going to smile at this. And he's already, he's probably a mind reader, already knows what I'm about to say. He's already doing this. Just once. Wouldn't it be nice to have something when they tell us, we're declassified this, where you open it up and you don't see this BS everywhere? I mean, really declassified. I mean, I understand there may be some things our government needs to keep secret. I get it. But come on. What is all this shite that we just don't get to know? I mean, is this really declassified? No. Ooh, it was declassified. So what in this page did he classify? I don't see anything was declassified. Oh, I'm sorry. It says PRC, People's Republic of China, analysis on voter registration from 18 states. There's nothing there, though. What have you declassified, bud? I know it's first page, but geez. I mean, come on. Dude, come on. This is not declassified. F anybody. I mean, sorry. Even President Trump, declassify it. I want to see declassified. Not some B honky BS like this. My gosh. You almost need to get a hold of Rain Man and your favorite autist and mix with, maybe a little bit of Down syndrome dude somewhere in that pack. Get them all in a room and have them read this and they might come up with it. My gosh, the PRC. Dude, I need to download the sound, the old AOL dial-up sound. The PRC, blank, 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 blank. Analysis on blank. U.S. voter registration data from 18 states, blank, 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 blank. Blank, obtained from the blank. Voter registration records from the blank midterm elections. Types of blank on U.S. voters. I mean, come on. Fuck off. Dude, can you imagine what it's going to take for people to read through all of this? Once again, I opened one zip file, and this is one tiny % of the whole zip. I know that's not what you supposedly call the file, but you know what I mean. I picked one header. Dude, it's going to take somebody forever to glean through all this, sit there, or they're going to feed it into an AI. Feed it into an AI that's probably a paid version, because the free version is going to go, no. Feed it to an AI and go, okay, extract and show me something where there's real evidence. And sure, it's going to spit them out. I'm sure rich guys like Benny Johnson, who is probably a government shill, feel free to smile in the background. I just think he's kind of either he's National Enquirer or he's kind of a government opera in this case. Whether it's Trump side or deep state, take your pick. Joel, who does the redacting? I'm going to say Sharpie. This has got to be, this is Sharpie Inc. They're just selling Sharpies to the people in our government by the case. They love this. Because all you hear, you go in the damn room where these guys are at, all you hear is, eat, 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 eat. Get one of those big ones. Everybody in there is so high. They probably, all the marker fumes, they're so high, they probably, marked out stuff they didn't need to or weren't supposed to just because, like, whoa, dude. I'm telling you, Sharpie. These redactions are sponsored by Sharpie Inc. They need a little thing around the sides that says sponsored by Sharpie. Ooh, what's this? Ooh, it has a support center. Dude, there's a little support center bot over here. Convert PDF to Word. No, that's try now. That sounds like something you're paying for. No. It's my files. I shouldn't have to pay nobody. Little robot. The redactions could be strategically made to give the impression they want. Oh, I agree. Need to release the entire doc. I agree. I think it's what I just said, dude. I want a release, a declassified document to be, hey, look, we can read this. I don't care if it's Joe Biden's grocery list or Hunter Biden's illicit, substances list. I don't care. We should be able to see it. I'm not one of those people that goes, we the people have the right to see everything. But I think we the people have the right to see at least 40%. At least 40%. I mean, government, United States government, is that too much to ask? Give us 40% of the truth. But no, I agree, Jay Watterson, 100%. For once, I don't think you and I are going to have much to argue with on this topic. Because this is impossible to glean anything from. Unregistered U.S. voters of personal identifiable information. You're just making this into one sentence. For mining personal information on U.S. citizens, could be used as blank. Could be used as bullion to make a chicken souffle. I don't know. Yes, I made up a chicken souffle. Resource to analyze, discover. Blah, blah, blah. The identities of... I need to get a chicken sound on my computer. So I hit a... Bark, bark. I don't know. Bark, 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 bark. The identities of important U.S. targets, blank, 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 blank. The blank. This is beyond asinine. This is ass of 10. Turn it up to 11. U.S. voter blank. Registration data from 18 states. Which 18 states? I mean, I'm trying to see if I get to something we really see. Voter names, birth names, and blank. What is it there you have to extract? Jesus Christ. Political party affiliation, home mailing address. Do you guys realize, I love when people talk about doxing these days. But do people realize we used to have this thing called a phone book? You could just go through it and you see everybody's name, first, middle, last name, or at least middle initial, their phone number, and their address. So people today whine about, oh my God, I'm being doxxed. Jesus, for the love of Joseph and all the apostles, we had phone books that doxed everybody. Unless you're one of the few people that took the time to go, I want to be unlisted. We had books. Everybody had a doxing book in their house. I'll bet if you look around, a lot of us can probably still find one. Actually, I'm not sure I can. I'm not sure I can find a phone book in this house. But my God, we had a book of doxing. So I'm not sure doxing is what everybody thinks it is these days. All right, trying to go through here. Ooh, hey, we got a few states. Well, wait. Dude. I'm not sure you guys should have sent me down this rabbit hole because for the love of Jehovah's God. Sorry, I'm trying to pick not gamer words that get you booted off the internet, but for the love of fuck. Voter registration from 18 states. Blank, 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 blank. Alaska, Connecticut, Florida, blank. Maryland, New York, blank. And Washington, D.C. And then blank, blank, blank. Then the North Carolina data contained information for over 8 million voters. Why did we not name? Okay, I see a mistake here. Do you guys see it? Do you see a mistake? This proves the guys with the markers are high and or retarded. Look what they did. This, I'm assuming they are listing all the 18 states here, right? And Washington, D.C. What do you not see here on these lists? You don't see North Carolina, but they say the North Carolina data contained information for 8 million voters. So why did you delete North Carolina from the list, you dumb mother puss buckets? When you're right here, you're going to say, then the North Carolina data, I'm telling you, they're high, and they're just, oh yeah. And then right here they say, the Kansas data contain the following types. They nixed out Kansas up here. So you're redacting shit, but then giving away the game down below. For the love of shit. 2 states are redacted. I think more than 2 states. There's a state here that's redacted. There's a state here that's redacted. And how many in here could be redacted? Blup, 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 blup. Hell, there could be states up here. They didn't do them all in alpha order. What if there's states up here? We don't know. But they go and list 2 states right here. So let's say this short one is Kansas. And this one is North Carolina. But then they go and give away that they're in the list. Now I know how they, oh God, Razor Fist. Now I turned into the Rageaholic. Perfect example of the misuse of redactions. American Fork Police. Oh, dude. That thing. And sadly, I'm going to say, and nothing ever happens. Nothing will happen. That police chief lied. Those cops lied. The judges lied. They got that one T-Watt. I'm not sure you can... I know you can't say the C-U-N-T on YouTube. But the T-Watt police officer, hey, we'll see what we can get him for. Talking to that dude. Oh, that video's horrible. Don't squirrel me, damn it. Looks like 2 states are redacted. Looks like more than that. But let's just assume this is Kansas and this is North Carolina. They redacted it, then let it out. First, middle, last name, suffix, date of birth, or what is that short thing? Cat's name? I don't know. Telephone, area code, telephone exchange number, telephone number, last 4 digits. Translation, everything we used to get in a phone book. You realize that a lot of this so-called, oh my God, sensitive data, somebody can do a 2-minute free search on Google and come up with most of it. Historical voting records, home and mailing address, phone book. So, did China just buy up a lot of phone books? Did they do that? Did they just go to Ma Bell and go, hey, you guys ain't making a lot of money with phones. Print up some phone books for us. Why redact the point on the point list? Dude, I know. Military affiliation, political party affiliation, polling place, name and address. I mean, this is so, oh my God. Contain blank voter demographic. Oh my God. It's almost, this is like a bad game of Wheel of Fortune. Can I buy a vowel? I mean, you can sit here all day and insert words in here and it still may not be right. Sorry. Blowing the microphone. Dude, this is... Maybe I'll see if another one will open, but this is stupid. This is not redacted. People are... I'm going to tell you right now, I'll bet people are going to start reading through this and go, what the F? What did you read? What did you give us? Yeah, okay, declassified. Gee, thanks, bud. Buddy, pal, friend. How do I back up in this thing? I don't know how to back up. Undo last action. Do I close this or do I do that? Oh, okay. So that's what I do. I just do that. All right, let me try another one. Let's see. CI wire memo. Oh, that's going to be all black. It's almost like that's what we're betting. Ooh, that one's going to open. Declassified by counsel of the President, Warrington, on July 10th, 2026. Hey, look! You can kind of read this one. Blank, 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 China. So, People's Republic of China. I'm telling you, that's what it looks like they did. The People's Republic of China is probing the president's... The redactions are stupid. This is turning into comedy. Or it's just not, it's just so bad it's not funny. Probing the presidential campaign for opportunities to tailor collection. You know what's so bad about this? Do you know what's so bad about this? We are mad or laughing and sitting here looking at all these idiotic redactions. But you know this is the horrible part. Get ready. Jay Watterson, you get to nod and go, okay, I'm right for once. Watch this shit. As bad as this is more than we've ever gotten from any other president in our lifetimes. We may be looking at this and go, this is horse shit. This is more than we've ever gotten from any other president. We've gotten zip, zero, zilch. At least this time we got horse shit. It is insane that we go, wow, the horse shit is amazing. Because we weren't even getting... The government didn't even care enough to shovel us some horse shit before. You know? Pfft. Holy crap. It's bad when this is a step up. I'm going to say People's Republic of China. I'm going to say that sure looks like that would fit there. Probing the presidential campaign for opportunities to tailor a collection. Gather insight on policy positions on U.S.-Chinese issues. Keep in mind, we do the same to them too, so okay. U.S. policy in China. I'm trying to see if there's anything real. Since blah blah 2018, you can tell us the year. This is around the certain presidential debate campaign. Excuse me. You can't tell us the month or day? I mean, oh my God. Chinese cyber actors known in the private sector as Apt 31. Blah, 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 blah. Have targeted the personal email accounts of senior U.S. leadership. Can't you look those up? Aren't most of the email accounts for our public officials like public record? So I'm not here worried. I don't know. Isn't CCCP not PRC? It's both. I think we call it CCP more than they do. I think they call it People's Republic of China. And lately I've started hearing PRC a lot more than CCCP. Yeah. But I believe the Chinese Communist Party is the party. The country is the People's Republic of China. So I think you're kind of conflating two things. And my little brain had to catch up. So I think we're conflating Chinese Communist Party, which is the party running them, with PRC, the name of the country. There we go. Yeah. We get stuff like this through strategic leaks for journalists that total line. Yeah. But I'm just saying, though, this is more info than our government has ever given us just outright in zip files and gone, here you go. I mean, for all I know, somebody's going to plug this into Claude or the paid versions of Chat. Well, not ChatGPT. Well, maybe. You know, there's all the others out there, and even some of the Chinese AIs, the upper versions of those, and they're going to go through and find stuff that really does mean something. But I don't have access to that because I don't pay for all the paid versions. Maybe if my channel ever went somewhere, maybe I could afford to do that. But hey. So, poof. I'm going to glean through here. If you guys see anything on my screen that you think is sensitive, let me know, or we should worry about. Because I'm not seeing a lot of... I mean, sure, there's so much here for us to sit here and see a bombshell. I don't know. May 20th, app blah, 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 blah. Spear phishing emails. I love that. Containing tracking links to the Gmail accounts of staffers. Okay. I mean, is anybody surprised by this? This is stuff, dude, I have VPNs on my phone, on my computer. I'm not running my VPN right now because it does have issues. See, I do have VPN. It does have issues with my stream a little bit. So I'm covering my hiney. So, yeah. But I'm not surprised by any of this. I'm always assuming Dude, I'll bet everybody in the chat anybody who watches later, you're all assuming that your stuff's being looked at all the time. So why wouldn't these guys be running Nord or somebody else automatically anyway, and then antivirus? I mean, there's tracking stuff. I got stuff on my computer right here that stuff's with tracking cookies and everything else. And I'm a dum-dum. Well, semi-dum-dum. I'm gonna bet that says PRC, People's Republic of China, or something like that. Cyber activities probably preclude internet activity and system information. Oh my lord! Do you have any idea, dude? Somebody's gonna have to plug this into AI and glean it for real information of relevance. I'm not seeing it. I'm not gonna open too many there. These are too dry, guys. I don't think we're gonna sit here and learn anything from now. Oh, that one opened. I think they're opening now. I don't know what it was. Maybe my computer just slow. Oh gosh, from blah blah DNI, from blah blah DNI, and did DNI. Note to election threat. 45-day ICA China section drafting team. Classification. We can't even know the classification. Classified by. Declassify on. There's a date. You have brought this to my end, blank, attention, and we see an opportunity to prevent an analytic objectivity mistake from happening. What the fuck does that mean? Who would be the decision maker here to reconnect the threat on election security to what is about to go out? So this is like, hey, we may have found some scurvy shit. Who's the person that's going to make the decision on whether or not we let this release this or hide it from the president or something? So he did say that in his speech tonight, that they were hiding shit from him, which is, once again, as Andrew said, you're just confirming the shit we knew. Importance, high. Ooh, high importance. Sorry, I forgot you can't do that on here to highlight. I think I mentioned to you before, there's some pending shit about to hit the fan. There we go. I'm going to interject my own stuff. That makes it clear China has been caught conducting election influence. At least that's how it's described to us. But as you scroll up, note that NSA is deliberately massaged or one pending PDB to avoid any direct links to the election. Massaged. So the NSA was actively covering some shit. That's what I'm getting. Jax pays for AI with my card. How you know Jax isn't an AI? Dude, the NSA. So this is saying NSA was just openly covering shit. Well, it's important for your report, I'm sure. It also has potential to be a near-term issue we will need to draw attention to. This is a really good example. Okay, now this is actually semi-interesting. Obviously, since the blah blah isn't released yet, the isn't released yet, they're holding it until next week. There isn't a PDB. A peanut dumb butter sandwich? I don't know. But this is highly irregular. Wait, come on. Somebody's got to dig through this. I don't think we're going to just openly see anything. Their PDB isn't going to tie to the election, ? The mind boggles. Urgh. Director Election Threat Analysis. Wow. Whoa. Look at that son of a dink. Oh. Yeah, this is so redacted. So declassified. Dude, we don't even get to see any of the people supposedly working for us. I will say something. I did like what Trump did during the speech tonight. And dude, if Democrats were honest, Democrats that have been clapping during this, liberals out watching him would have been clapping for this. It is 80% or more all Americans want the Save Act passed. They want it passed. And Trump, once again, hammered Congress about not doing it. You would think that for once, CNN, who didn't air his speech, Or did they air it and talk over it? Well, a lot of them didn't air it. NBC, ABC, stuff like that. You would think they'd be like, yes, the American people want it. Oh no, because they got to keep that Trump is a king. He's trying to be a Hitler. He's trying to be a dictator. Well, that would sure ruin the narrative, wouldn't it, when he's trying to do what 80% of the people want done? That he's mad that Congress won't do what the people want? Well, that doesn't make him look good for calling him a Hitler's, does it? Jackasses. All right. I'll look through a second more of this, but I don't see much else going. This is going to take, I would say right now, Benny Johnson, PDB, ooh, hey, oh, that's PBD. Oh, Patrick Bet David, all these big guys that have the paid AIs, Tim Pool, probably even D-Day Cobra has the money he pays for all the AIs. Is plugging all this in, and they're going to be able to glean information out of this that may find something useful. But I don't see a lot right now, but I'm going to keep this open and keep this on my computer. I want to look at it. I'm going to see if I can play with an AI tomorrow on it. But okay, so let's head back over here real quick. All right. Close that. I'll leave that open. I might need it. Do we want to talk about Tyler Robinson any? I didn't see much new. All I see is people, the same people that were angry and bitching and whining that we didn't get all the evidence just handed to us like we never ever do before a trial, doofuses, are now the same people going, oh, all the evidence is fake. As my little video said last week, my title, it's the Kobayashi Maru dealing with these idiots. You're damned if you do, damned if you don't. It's a no-win scenario. So I don't know. But I don't know if any of you guys are following the Tyler Robinson. I haven't. I don't know much about what's going on with Tyler Robinson. So if you guys know more, let me know. But I haven't seen much. Dang, Telly Savalas died a long time ago. I did not know that, though. Well, the only thing good about Sam Neill being gone is he won't have to be begged to come back in the next Jurassic Park movie to try to save that franchise. I'm just saying. All right, Tyler Robinson pre-trial days 1 through 3. Is this footage fake? Oh, shut up. If China can hack American... Whoa, that went away. Oh, Joel got hacked. The NSA just took down Joel's comment. In this eye-opening clip from episode 31 of the DP show. He likes double penetration. Okay. Tyler Robinson's pre-trial days 1 through 3 question whether certain footage is fake. With quick analysis and screenshots. Translation, quick analysis and screenshot means bullshit. I mean, shit I made up. Shit I'm assuming is right. This raises major doubts about evidence authenticity in the case. Watch the full segment to see the breakdown. Sunday, Cordova Dragway. We'll sell you the whole seat, but you'll only need the edge. Sorry, one of my favorite old ads they did. Is this footage legitimate or fake? What do you think? Drop your opinion below. I almost don't want to give the guy a watch. Sorry, this is one of those people that I watched. They were pissed off there was no evidence or not enough evidence for their liking to being released. Now that they're seeing the evidence, they just call it fake and bullshit. I swear, everything is just fake and gay these days. Everything's fake and gay. They don't care if it's real. They don't care. They'll lie and say it's not anyway. But I don't know much about it. Quotes from Senator Mike Lee, 710. Lawyer fed best friend with Kash Patel and pave it over now. Oh, good God. Let's see. What's this winner? Ooh, don't even have much on there. Wow, I'm almost impressed. Tyler Robinson killed him. Shut up. He's guilty. We demand justice. No trial or due process needed. That's what we're doing right now, you retard. You retard. Another crash of a Brian Cates. Why is he seeming a rash about this Charlie Kirk trial? I love Charlie Kirk. Okay. This isn't the only evidence. This is the only thing. Once again, we are still in pre-trial, guys. The stuff they're arguing about is stuff they want to disagree about. We are still not seeing all the evidence. And honestly, I saw clearer images than this when I watched a little bit of the pretrial hearing stuff. So it's almost like they just picked the shittiest upload they could. So that's just me. Okay. Would Tyler Robinson defense team benefit more from showing these lies in emotion for the trial, waiting to have Lance Swiggs perjure himself? Oh my God. I'm open to a lot of conspiracy theory, guys, but I will not trust any fuckwagon who sits there and bitches, we're not seeing enough evidence, blah. Then when they see it, we're seeing fake evidence, blah. Oh, fuck yourself. I'm sorry, you have cranial rectal insertion disorder. Your head is so far up your ass. When you blink, your colon giggles. I mean, come on. I swear. These people are just retarded. If China can hack American computers, they already have the unredacted, I think you mean. Unredacted files American citizens can't see. Yeah, 100%. Oh, dude, come on. I'm going to tell you right now. I'd say probably 35% of all of our ultra top secret stuff, China's hacked. I'm going to say probably, I'm amping us up here. 50% or more of what China has redacted in their government and hidden and classified, our government's gotten a look at it. Same with like France and everything else. These guys are always sharing. It's just us little plebs that aren't supposed to get to see it. That's all there is to it. Tyler Robinson, I don't know where to go with it, guys. I haven't seen much. All I know is I'm just so nauseatedly tired with these morons. These are the Candace twats. No matter what they see, it's not going to be not enough, too much, too little, too high, too bright, too green, on the wrong day of the week. There was no dog in it, so they don't believe it. There was too many dogs in it, so they don't believe it. Charlie Kirk was wearing the wrong color shirt for a spring day, so he was committing wardrobe faux pas, so they're sure he's actually still alive. I'm sorry, I just don't believe any of this BS. It's stupid. Rad, what's up? Sorry, Rad, I'm just opining about the stupidity of the Tyler Robinson trial people. The people who, once again, said, as a lot of these guys already heard, so last time I'll say it, oh my God, not enough evidence, we're not seeing evidence. Now we see evidence, it's all fake. Okay. How you doing down there? Raining? Oh. Raining. Well, we could use a little rain, just hotter than bejesus and sticky here. I will say that the Midwest is really good. Then when it gets in the upper 90s, that humidity gets so thick you just see it. You look 10 feet from you and your tree in your yard looks fuzzy from all the humidity. We are pretty good at that. All right. I just want to move on. Like I said, I'm wandering here, guys. Flock cameras, people running them down. I'm enjoying that. Sorry, I'm actually I am so unfocused. I'm almost really wanting to get to either talking about the Odyssey or the grocery items from the 80s. But I do want to hear this jackass. Okay, I do want to hear this jackass. For those of you guys that may not be in our country, you guys already have these cameras, I believe, in some countries. We're calling them flock cameras because I believe the country's Flock that's doing this. Main company. They're putting cameras up all over for surveillance. They're supposedly doing it to catch bad guys. It just takes pictures of your license plate and then it deletes it a little bit later. We're not keeping data on you while they're being caught that they are keeping data. They are building whole dossiers on you and what you do and movements, who you talk to, who you own. It's not just doing license plates, taking pictures of people, videos of people. And it's also being used to falsely arrest people. If the machine says it, the police come and arrest you. And that is insane. And the cops will not even take the time to look at evidence. And they think I like police body cam videos. But I absolutely think every single mother effing jack nut cop that says, well, you just go fight it in trial. It's no big deal, you know. You fight it in court. It's no big deal. As you jail somebody, so you probably cost them their job, possibly. Maybe a relationship. How much time, money are you costing them? Any police officer says that should be never, ever be a police officer. Because they're just feel it's no big deal to arrest you. Even if you have evidence right in front of them that you didn't do it, they're going to, I don't care. I don't care. I'm going to arrest you because it gets my numbers up. And it's no big deal if I jack up your whole life, send you to jail, an arrest record that can never be fully deleted in this day and age, unless you work in the government and your name is Epstein. Let's just say, I got it in there. So yeah, Fight Club rules when it comes to flock. I agree. Winter rain. You guys are winter. Your guys' winter is so cute. Sorry. To probably at least half or 2/3 of America, your winters are so cute. The southern part of America, sure, they may agree with you. Yeah, Fight Club rules when it comes to flock. I'm done with these things. People are getting arrested, and as I said in my short earlier today, people are going, oh, they're just oopsies or boo-boos. It's just something went wrong. I'm actually going to say it's not an accident, it's a feature. They don't care. They're all making money off this. The government's making money off it. The company's making money off it. They don't make money if they're not arresting people. The flock isn't making money because the agencies aren't going to be paying them for every person in crime, remember? They are getting money for the crimes that these cameras help catch. The government people get money. They get money from fines, from court costs, from money for jails and foods and all these contracts. Think of all the money that's being made off this shit. They don't care whether these people are innocent or not, will not look at evidence. Nope, gonna arrest you. And then the person has to fight it. And when they win, flock is mostly protected, not all the way, but mostly. And now, once again, you're going to fight a multi-billion-dollar company with more lawyers than there are people in Rhode Island. So good luck. And these police jackasses, you can't sue them. They'll hide behind qualified immunity. And the judge is the same way. And the government agency, even when you're found innocent, you should be able to go, dude, give my money back. And they'll go, no. Nobody said you had your innocence was free, tee-hee. While they're all walking away with friggin' money off these things. They don't care. These things will flag you and say you're a criminal because they don't care. Let's see, we're $8 short this hour. We need to pull up at least 2 more crimes. Hey, look, click, click. Oh, oopsie. It only cost you $800 to $10,000 to fight it. And somebody's going to still be able to pull up a mugshot of you for the rest of your life. You could go for a job interview, go, what about this mugshot? But I was found innocent. They're going to go, don't know if we're going to take the chance. Somebody you go out to date, sees a mugshot. Hey, what the flip is this? I didn't. It's insane. Order followers going to follow orders. Yeah, Jay Watterson agreed. We saw that during COVID. A lot of cops just did a blatantly illegal shit because they were told to. Funny how it didn't work at the Nuremberg trials, but it works nowadays. As a lot of you guys know, I love police officers. Problem is, we have too many bad ones. We have some amazing police officers, but we have some horrible, horrible officers who will do anything they're told to do. Or sit like this jackass and grin at you. Hang on here. Turn these on. Come on. Go up. Boot. There you go. All right. I don't think I'm in the way, so here, let's...
Poles were hit by a car or truck.
Ooh, that's one sign.
Authorities say since July 8th, flock safety cameras in the city of Ashland and Ashland County have been the targets of vandals. In some cases, the flock camera poles were hit by a car or truck.
Oopsie.
And in others, the equipment was struck by what authorities believe is a baseball bat or club.
You know what I like? It's kind of cool. These people are doing such a good job. They're not getting caught. I don't know, Flock. Maybe your cameras aren't quite as good as you think. Now, what they're going to do is make this look like UK, where every corner is going to look like a friggin' porcupine of surveillance. It's going to be cameras mounted every single direction. You ain't going to be able to get near these things. Invisible Woman couldn't get near these things probably in another couple years. It's going to look like every street corner in the UK. It's going to get insane.
The victims of the vandalism are the taxpayers.
No. We're the victims of this bullshit. That's why we're taking them down. Not that I've done it. Not that I'm telling you to go damage people's property, but I understand it. The victims are we, the citizens that are being watched. And in almost every place these things are at, the citizenry of every city, county, and state right now are so-called voting against these, and they're still putting them in. We are the victims, not Flock. Not these, the poor police departments who are just trying so hard to catch criminals. You don't catch criminals by going after all of us. Our system of law is based on better 10 criminals go free than one innocent man be jailed. We're not all supposed to be surveilled all the time and treated like criminals. And that scares me as kids being raised with this shit. Aren't going to know what actual freedom is. So when they comes to fight for their freedom, they're going to go, what do you mean? This is normal. It's almost like we do need a TARDIS to drag kids these days back to the 1980s, 90s, 70s through the 90s, maybe even early 2000s. And let them see what life was like before everybody's climbing up our ass and telling us what to do. Watching us every second, surveilling us, collecting our info. So I really be able to live without that. Then maybe you bring them right back today, they go, whoa. Be like Bill and Ted. Whoa, gnarly.
Who pay for the cameras.
They're the public's cameras.
We don't want them. We do not want them. People everywhere are standing up screaming, we don't want these, but you guys put them in anyway.
We've had some tax dollars that have been put to use for these things. I think overwhelmingly the general public would like to have a safe community, and these cameras are a piece of that.
You prick. Prick. Oh, you see that shit? This guy's a politician, not a police officer. Dude.
Safe community, and these cameras are a piece of that. I think overwhelmingly the general public would like to have a safe community, and these cameras are a piece of that.
But they don't want the cameras. We want a safe community, meaning we want you to jail the bad guys, which this is a lot on the prosecutors. Jail the bad guys, stop letting them out, and for you, the officers, to catch the bad guys. Go out and thump and bump and do whatever you need to, zap, 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 to bring them in. We don't all want to be watched. This is no different than the police just stopping every person just to go, hi, are you committing a crime today? Or, hey, we're going to follow you home. We're going to come in your house. This is retarded. We wouldn't put it up with every officer going, hey, I'm following you around to write this. Oh, hey, where are you going today? I'm following you. That's what these cameras do. There's a lot of them. They follow every movement, and they keep track of where you've been going, who you've been talking to. We wouldn't put up with an officer doing it. We shouldn't put up these goddamn the T-20s here. The early Terminators. Skynet is learning way too much right now.
The Ashland County Sheriff says the vandalism is part of a trend across the country, and he believes it is based on misinformation.
People have this perception that these cameras are out there tracking.
All right, I can't let that go. Look at this jackass's face. Oh, smiling. Misperception. He knows he's lying his ass off. It's not a misperception. You absolute piece of crap. He knows he's lying. Watch his face. Dude, you have to be a body language expert to read. He knows he's lying. Jeez.
people have this perception that these cameras are out there tracking them all over the place and all this other nonsense, and that's simply not true.
It is true.
They take pictures of license plates, and then we read the license plates based on the data that we input. If we're looking for a specific plate, we look for the plate. Or
then why are you taking everybody's plate picture? If you can program it in to find a certain plate, then why is it sending you pictures of everybody else's? It should not send you one mother-pussing picture, video, clip, not even one pixel of anybody else. You just admitted you're going through all these pictures. If you can program a plate, then it should be just looking for that plate. Go, oh, there it is. Hey, look, I found the license plate that says Ass Man. Click, officer, Ass Man. But no, it's going, I see the one that says TT432. I see the one that says R2D2. I see all these, and here, picture in a database. Bullshit. This guy is lying. If you can program it to look for a certain plate, why are you seeing pictures of other plates?
Or if there's a wanted person attached to it, or if there's a missing person attached to it, or somebody that's in harm's way. You know, we look for that data.
Investigators say, ironically, they are using the flock safety cameras in their effort to identify those who have been damaging the cameras.
So they leave from damaging our camera and drive by another one that maybe they didn't know about, or go to another county or whatever. So, you know, yes, I mean, it's very possible that flock cameras could help us catch the individuals responsible for damaging our own cameras.
Or maybe, since there's a big rash of this happening around the country, maybe we just take the hint. The people do not want these mother effing things. Maybe take the hint.
Once the vandals are brought to justice, authorities intend to seek restitution to repair or replace the cameras that have a value of up to $3,500 per unit.
That's not the true value. The true value is of all the money they're gleaning off of you. Would be when they catch us, when they do stuff, when they falsely allege stuff. These guys are getting money. The company gets money for every crime. It's not just putting in the cams. There are contracts per crime, per little help the government got. The government collects all the money, whether it's a real criminal or not. They're collecting cash.
Now that they've been damaged and down, what are we missing?
We're missing the fact that you're just mad you have to do real police work. Do real police work. Go after the criminals, not all of us.
How many people are coming through that may have been missing or that have been wanted? Victims need their justice. And now that those cameras are not there to help us, you know, how many people slip through the cracks?
Oh, tug them heartstrings. Tug them heartstrings, you politician. Jeez. These things are horrid.
Leave flock cameras alone.
Oh no. I don't know if this has music or not. That's going to be, you nail me, but this is worth it. Oh, this is going to be fun. Hang on, guys. I'll check with you here in a sec. You know what helps? Unmute. Try that again.
Leave flock cameras alone. There's no need to label all the flock cameras in your area.
Flock camera. This is one of many AI-enabled cameras tracking your vehicle everywhere it goes. dflock.org. Oh, God. Oh, no. I bet this guy doesn't get, that he gets the IRS up his hiney this next tax season.
And don't put plastic bags over them either, because all that does is cost the company time and money. Grow up. I know that you can use a $50 high-powered blue or green laser like this one to permanently blind flock cameras, but come on, guys. Why? Definitely do not use the camera map on dflock.org to find cameras, approach them from behind on foot with a spray paint extender, and spray them. And if you do that, at least make sure that you have your phone in your pocket so we can identify you using the Bluetooth and 5G.
Oh, no. Thank God he's telling us all how not to be criminals.
There is no reason to spend $20 on a hard hat and high visibility vest and then buy a $30 Sawzall with diamond tip blades to cut down the entire pole. That's because the cameras and solar panels are clamped with a simple 8mm socket, so you're just doing too much. The cameras have about 12 hours of backup battery, so they will be transmitting Bluetooth and 5G that we can use to track you. So under no circumstances should you put the camera inside of a Faraday bag while the battery runs itself out and then break them down for parts, because that would prevent us from finding you, and nobody wants that. If you do any of these things, it's important that you do not buy a pair of Vader facial recognition blocking glasses, because then it would be impossible for us to identify you and charge you with a class 4 misdemeanor, which is typically just community service or a small fine. And for the love of God, do not attend your city council meetings and demand that they cancel your city's flock contract. We need these cameras. Peter Thiel is a benevolent overlord, and we should all be grateful that he loves us enough to keep us safe. Grow up.
Oh my God. I do like, it's funny whether it's on purpose or an accident. Right there. They said Peter Thiel, but the captions say reptile. Oh, is that on purpose or not? Oh my God. Even if municipalities end their contracts, the cameras stay on. Oh yeah, of course. They're not going to stop collecting that data, guys. Of course. They just like it that they can make money on all this, but if they can't, they'll still sell our data. They're still going to make something off us. Or just collect everything till they do need to show up and go, hey, do you want us to tell so-and-so you will go to this place or talk to these people? Yeah. After 9/11, didn't President Bush... Oh, yeah. Bush, God dang it. Again, they spy on people. Yes, he put in the... Oh, come on. Oh, gosh, dang it. The Patriot Act. Yes, the Patriot Act. And the FISA courts and all that. Yes, that was George Jr., our President Cheney, as you may want to call him. So, yeah, 100%. Hey, Rad, have a good one, bud. Meet up with family. Have a good day, dude. Enjoy your winter. Thanks for stopping in, bud. Yeah, for Rad, if you got those of you don't know, is on the down under. They're all AI. They are AI cameras that collect more than just plates. I know, but Jay Watterson, what I'm saying is I was calling that police chief out to be a lying jackass. Because he's talking about, well, we just program it to look for these plates, but we're going through all these pictures. If they can program it to look for this plate or this car, then it shouldn't have to be taking pictures of every car. And it should only send them the picture of the car they wanted. That's all I was pointing out. Yeah, it was on a Zorro ranch, or Zorro was owned by Epstein. Might be on purpose, dude. This guy is very good at his tongue in cheek. I'm gonna share that. Repost. That's really good. You don't say. PSA. I don't know, it's a good... Come on, DeWalt, you can sponsor this. We have the special flock blade from DeWalt. Harbor Freight, come on. Harbor Freight, you can get in on this. Come on down to Harbor Freight. The new Warrior flock blades come in a pack of 20. And we'll even give you the glasses for cheap. Those who would give up liberty to purchase safety are little bitches. I like that. That's a nice update of the quote. I'm sorry. That's good. Only you can prevent mass surveillance. Or I'm sorry. Only you can prevent mass surveillance. And man, my English tonight. Of course, I'm still mad at Smokey for betraying us with that wildfire shit. Only you can prevent forest fires. That's all we need. Oh no, now we got only you can prevent wildfires. I'm telling you, 10 years out, they're going to be crazy fires. Got to amp it up, Smokey. Tread on them. Oh, that's good. Flock dozers in action. Dude, it's crazy because this has sprung up real fast. Flock is becoming one of the most hated companies ever. And now Peter Thiel's looking at buying these things. Diablo carbide blades. Dude, the poles don't look like you need carbide blades. It looks like even the Harbor Freight Warrior ones will work. I'm sorry, that's I'm loving this. Flock of seagulls, flock of geese, flock is government overreach. Oh no. They put a new flock camera up and it's gone. Oh, this is starting to make me feel a little better. Burn bags full of documents. Oh, that was they were talking about during the speech, yeah. Yeah, Obama was one that did the burn bags. Somebody's gonna take this and glean through all that stuff they released. You gotta wonder. I know I'm squirreling. We'll go back to flock. If Obama could be in some trouble, I'm keeping that. I want to keep that. I'll have to watch that later. I'm not gonna switch back that hard on you. Hey, here you go. Here you go. Hey, look, the guy that invented flock cameras. All right. People. Oh, that guy. Let me see here. Is this the one I wanted to look at?
I'm here. My name is Brett, and I've been a Corona
resident.
resident.
Here's some of the people. I'm back to right. Palantir, Peter Thiel. Actually, Palantir isn't runs right. Doesn't have it. They're looking at buying Flock now. All right. Drop the receipts from Flock's own patents. Here we go. This is one of my I picked for a reason. Here we go.
District 4 for 15 years. I'm here to introduce. My name is Brett, and I've been a Corona resident in District 4 for 15 years. I'm here to introduce DFlock Corona, a community coalition asking this council to cancel the city's contract with Flock Safety and remove the cameras that have been deployed throughout.
Right away, everybody in the council is like, in horror, but our new money source. I swear, that is all they do now. They just look at us as money.
Our city. Or what?
Yes, Palantir and Flock are trying to merge. Yes, Palantir has seen this. Palantir goes, oh my God, this is amazing. They want to buy it.
Website is dflock-corona.org. I'm here because new Flock cameras were recently installed between my home and my daughter's school. So now every time I make that drive, my family's being photographed and logged into a giant corporate database. I want to be clear what these cameras actually are, and I say that with somebody with 20 years of experience in IT. I've served as the chief network architect for Fortune 500 companies. I've designed data centers, and today I work on cloud infrastructure for one of the largest loan origination companies in the country.
Wow, this guy knows
I'm not
his stuff.
speculating on how this technology works. I've read their patents, and I know how it works. Flock advertises these cameras as simple license plate readers. Their own patents tell a different story. They're AI-powered surveillance machines that capture every passing vehicle and person and transmit that data to a private corporate cloud, making it queryable by a multitude of state and federal agencies. The city of Corona does not control that database.
Dude, that right there should end it. That's insane. Everything, and these aren't just pictures. There are videos. People are always saying it's just pictures. No, there's videos. So, holy bejesus. Everybody, it doesn't matter. Just log in and look at it. Hey, where's Bob been going?
Cloud.
Imagine the IRS going, hey, we got to get this guy on something. We got something. Do we have anything? No. Hey, let's look through the Flock data.
Making it queryable by a multitude.
Your kids could get in trouble if a Flock camera shows them doing a lemonade stand and not having the safety crew come in, you know, the government safety inspection stickers and the business license, and oh my God.
Of state and federal agencies. The city of Corona does not control that database, and Corona residents have no public record rights against a private company's servers.
You said that. When the contracts are up, doesn't matter.
Our daily movements are being harvested by a $7.5 billion corporation that only answers to venture capital investors, not to us. Flock did not reach that valuation on their per-camera subscription fees. That math doesn't add up. The city council should also understand who they're doing business with. Flock's CEO was asked whether the company had any federal contracts. He said no. That was a lie. Public records revealed that Flock had been secretly running a pilot program giving the U.S. Border Patrol access to local police camera data without the knowledge of the cities that paid for the cameras.
Oof.
Now consider who's behind the company and where your data flows. Flock integrates directly with Palantir, a data fusion platform with a $30 million contract with ICE. Peter Thiel, the founder of Palantir, is also one of Flock's primary investors.
Oh, there it is. So he's an investor, and he wants to buy it outright. That's I was watching. I heard was it Fox Business or Bloomberg or one of them was talking about it, that they want to outright buy it now. I didn't know he was an investor, but now they want to outright buy it. It's like, oh shit.
These are not separate companies with separate agendas. They're connected actors that are building a connected infrastructure. Palantir's own CEO stated publicly just this month that his technology is being used as a political instrument designed to reduce the political power of certain voters. And that's the ecosystem that our Corona cameras are feeding into. We're not anti-police at all. We're against mass surveillance of
No, but we'd like the police to be doing the work, not Skynet.
Innocent residents by a company with a documented record of deception, built by investors with a stated political agenda. We're asking the City Council to start auditing the queries made against Flock's database to disclose any data sharing agreements and to take a vote to cancel the Flock safety contract.
Yeah, what do you want to bet they don't do it? Dude, he's laying out a lot of facts. Oh, this guy just whining about another dumbass trying to run over a goddamn law enforcement officer. Okay. Let's see. Oh, here it is. That was the one. Yeah. Yeah, Fourth Amendment violation, 100%. All right, here, I'll back
Perfectly
up.
legal. You're going to have AI. That way they can watch everything you do. They can just send you a ticket in the mail, and that's the end of it. And guess what? It's all perfectly legal. I would argue it's wildly unconstitutional, but the courts, through a long series of bad rulings, have essentially said it doesn't matter. They can do this. So we're now at a point
We need to get back to the point where unconstitutional is illegal. People need to remember, if it's unconstitutional, it's illegal. Even somebody like him, he may be a lawyer, but well, it's technically legal, but it's unconstitutional. That means it's not legal. We need to get people back to that. If it's not constitutional, it's not legal.
got flock cameras that are being put out there by a third party, right? It's not by the government, it's by a private party.
Well, is it? Is it? Maybe it's deep state government.
And so the police have access to them, right? The police are looking at these flock cameras.
Yep.
And they're using them.
Yep.
And they're violating our Fourth Amendment rights in every way, shape, and form conceivable. We're going to have AI.
That's illegal.
That way they can watch everything.
That's illegal then. Violating the Fourth Amendment equals illegal. God, what is wrong with these people? I think that's most of what I had, but I just mostly was talking about just the shit. Oh, here we go. Is this one of them? I think it's
for 30 days.
Here.
Flock license plate readers take a time-stamped photo of every vehicle that passes every camera. Police.
I had one that actually showed a guy walking across the street, and a couple people, they were showing them that they do video too. It's not just picture.
Can search your historical travel information for 30 days. This creates a
Yeah, like they deleted after 30 days. Come on.
searchable database of everyone, not just the suspects of crime. Security researcher Ben Jordan.
And it's like if you were to build a graph of that sheet, and plot it to a map, now it's as if you've had a GPS on your car for an entire month.
By your own publications, 700,000 crimes a year are solved with Flock. Flock Safety Chief Communications Officer Josh Thomas.
Reported crimes in America, yeah. So there's a lot more that probably are being helped that aren't being reported.
How many false arrests or accusations are there? And how much data are you collecting on all of us? I do. I know. I'm going to be ballsy here. People are going to say, what if this was your kid or something? What if they'd been killed and this helped solve it? I don't care. They solved 700,000 crimes by collecting data on millions of people. That is totally antithetical to how our justice system works. You don't justify, well, we collected data on 80 million of you, but we caught 700,000 bad guys because of it, so that's okay. No. Fuck off. No. Not okay.
But yes, we have about 700,000 crimes that we are aware of that are being solved in part with evidence that's derived from a flock safety.
In part, he's given caveats. So these crimes probably wouldn't have solved without flock.
Device.
In order for that historical data to be of investigative value, you have to track every car for 30 days.
Again, I would challenge you on the word track. Tracking the whole of your movements is very different than knowing that you passed by one specific camera, 24 specific cameras. Those are different things.
And then the examples of tracking that vehicle.
No. See how he slipped that in? It's just one camera, but if you drive by 24 of them, well, what are you going to do? Suddenly become a hovercraft going down the street? Unless you got your Back to the Future DeLorean and you hit hover mode, you drive by one camera and go, whoop. No, you're going to drive by camera. So definitely tracking you.
Tracking that vehicle from location to location to location.
But Flock's own webinars talk about its license plate reader's ability to track vehicles and people.
If you want to know how bad this Flock camera situation is, just watch the first 24 seconds of this video. Flock says its cameras don't track people. Its own training videos say otherwise. I watched this, my mouth literally dropped within 24 seconds. I'll play a little bit more for you, but just this first part is wild. Pay very close attention to when he says, this is a police department and these are all the other agencies and departments that it's sharing its information with. It's mind-blowing. It's literally crazy. Watch this.
In Boulder, Colorado, inside a small coffee shop.
The brighter areas are where the really high density of flock cameras are.
Will Freeman runs the largest police camera tracking system in the nation.
If you click on any of these police departments, it'll show you who they're sharing with. So the line's going outward.
Holy
are
shit.
the agencies that can access their data directly.
It's called DFlock. The app. Will Freeman runs the largest police camera tracking system in the nation.
If you click on any of these police departments, it'll show you who they're sharing with. So the line's.
Holy gods. Look at that. That is insane. That is you. Your movements, your data, your vehicle, your kid walking to school. This is crazy. And they're finding out that some of these cameras aren't just on streets. They're in buildings. They've got them in buildings, including some schools. That is nuts. Look at that. That's your data, your day, your routine, what your wife is doing, your kid is doing, where your car's at, where your uncle's at, where your dog is. They're every bit of data. And yeah, they're deleting it after 30 days. Kiss my ass.
Outward are the agencies that can.
Look at that. Dude. Holy shit. That's scary.
Access their data directly.
It's called DFlock. The app shows where the cameras are and which way they're pointed. How many cameras have you mapped?
88,970 cameras at the moment.
Why did you want to do this?
The main reason is to show people how invasive this is.
88,000 plus cameras this guy's mapped. Wow. Oh my God. What the flock is going on? A single man in a skull mask just walked up to one of those flock surveillance poles and the other night climbed it like it was nothing, cut the wires on a machine that's been quietly logging every car that passes. No court order, no public debate, just silent, total tracking. He called it day one, and now I can't stop thinking. When did we become the kind of people who accepted that? I'd say during COVID. Ever since 9/11, they've been working on us. They've been working on us since the Patriot Act and all the BS spying on us. But COVID was the biggie. They wanted to see how many people would obey the arrows, how many people would get all the jabs, how many people would put a knitted mask over their face. And so when they go, okay, that's good, they really wanted to see how many retards there are. If a citizen is tearing down an unaccountable eye in the sky, is called a criminal. What word do we use for the ones who put them up everywhere? Yeah. Dude, there are times like this, I see stuff like this. I think it's time to move out to the country. I think it's just time to get out. Surround yourself with the trees. That's just crazy. That's music, so I'm not going to play that. I'm not going to do the music. So, sorry, there's music, guys. I'm not going to have to get myself in trouble for that. Have to check Jack, see if he has a flock camera on him. Found one. Dude. Right up that pole, too. That's something. Dude. Three down, 112,000 to go. Holy crap. There's a lot of them. Americans are stepping up, destroying flock cameras nationwide. You know, and that says a lot once again. We're going to end this, guys. We're going to get something more fun. We're going to look at some grocery items. Yeah, there's a mix. Told you it was a wandery stream tonight. But, yeah, look at all these people taking down these cams. Isn't that nice? Look at that. Boop, 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 boop. You can find post after post about this. Cutting them off, running them down, hitting them with bats, backing over them, you name it. People are done. And if we had a real government, they would be not doing this anymore. When we say no, they would not do it. Tracking your license plate 99,000 times over. No warrant, no knowledge, no consent. Flock's cameras are now on 5,000 plus police departments. Yeah, they're caught pulling footage near playgrounds. Employees have been caught pulling footage near playgrounds or places of worship to run demos. 68 cities have ripped them out. Cambridge pulled 16 cameras. Austin shut theirs off completely, did they? Unless they, well, maybe they shut them off and hooked the power, so then the batteries go dead. They're not, they're offline. So if Austin did that, then good on you, Austin. Because, yeah. Ugh. Oh, my God. All right, now that's freaky. Dude, okay. All right, let me see here. Inside new vehicles, computers, I'm sure they can already track. Yes. Joel, if you look online, there are a lot of videos now about people telling you how to turn off the tracking on your vehicles. It's not through the GPS antenna that you get your data through for like your GPS and your satellite radio and stuff. It's through a fuse called the telematics fuse. There's another modem built into your car that is transmitting, and that is giving them shitloads of data. But if you look up videos on telematics, maybe we'll look one up. Maybe we'll actually, if you want to come back tomorrow, we'll do one on telematics fuses. I'll pull up some videos, and we'll go over the telematics. But yes, there are videos out there specifically telling you where to find the telematics fuses on a lot of cars and pull it, or how to unplug the telematics unit. And on many cars, not all, many cars, undoing that doesn't affect any of your operation of the vehicle. Now, if people are going to keep making these videos, you want to bet they're going to be wired in a way where if you cut it, well, nothing works. The car won't run. But for right now, on a lot of vehicles, you can pull a fuse or cut a few wires, and it doesn't report on you anymore. Yeah, the telematics fuse. The surveillance drone Armageddon is here. Palantir, Flock, and Axon AI are rolling out fleets of these autonomous killer bees. Docked on poles in every city and small town across America, they launch in seconds. They watch 24/7. They feed your every move into the AI. AI Panopticon. You know where that came from? That's almost like right out of Equilibrium. Good movie if you haven't seen it. All to keep you safe. This isn't sci-fi. This is 1984 on steroids. Your backyard, your street, your life under constant AI eyes. They own the data. They own the sky. Who's really in control? Are you okay with Don't do it. Anybody in the live chat, don't say the Jews. Are you okay with drones hovering over your home? Well, actually, as somebody that's owned a drone, you can do that. The difference is I can fly airspace 1 inch above the ground is actually owned and run by the FAA. I could fly a drone over your house, but the thing is, I, as a private citizen, I can take pictures of your house from above too. Where it goes wrong is if you are outside your yard, your family's outside in your yard, I cannot take pictures and video of you, the people. But your house, your property, yeah, legally I could. You can do that. Your property is not protected from the sky. That is FAA airspace. But the difference is these guys are allowed to take pictures and videos even if you're outside. Some of the privacy laws don't go for them. So yeah, look, that's scary. Oops. Hey, I want to do that. Oh, music. Dumbasses. Stop putting music over stuff. Dude, that is freaky. Look at this, though. Holy crap. Dude, that's it. That's Skynet. That is Skynet. That's how they took over. This here, dude, tell me that doesn't look like one of the hunter killers. Holy crap. That's gonna be flying when the Terminators take over. It's even got the right tail end. Dude, go watch Terminator. That has the same tail and everything as it looks like one of those. Oh, dude, just a second. Hang on. 100 killers, HKs. Images. Dude. Look, it's got the same. Dude. Okay, come on. Come on, if you want to be conspiracy theory. Terminator hunter killers. Look at that. Look. It's got the same tail, the same design. Oh, that is freaky shite. Whoop, where'd I go? I got lost. There. Nope. Okay, where'd me go? There it is. Dude. They look like the Terminators. They look like the hunter killers. Okay, that's just not right. Now I kind of wish I never would have seen that. Look at that thing. It is one of these. Oh. We live in a simulation. I've seen Terminator. I know how it turns out. Dude, come on. I get some credit for this. Look at this. It looks like one of these dang things. Holy shit. That's freaky. It looks just totally like it. I mean, sure, a less advanced version of this is like the T1, and that's like the T3000 or whatever, but jeez. That's just not right. All you need is the Terminator background with people getting blown up by these things, and you're there. That's messed up. Wow, I'm about to do a shorty about that. Something short video I post about that. That's just not right. Holy shit. It's there it is. First, you got these right now, and then you're going to have these. I mean, isn't Elon Musk getting ready to transfer a bunch of their production over to their home-based robots now? Like, oof. Yeah, okay, after that, we better talk about something more fun. All right, this is more fun. We'll probably end with this. I know this stream has been a kerfuffle. I know it won't draw me any views, whatever. I don't care. I just needed to talk about something fun. Or we can do poorly aged 70s commercials. I think we'll do this one for now. See how much I can get away with. So if you haven't, leave thumbs up for the stream, or if you're watching it later, if you've ever made it this far, God help you. I know I'm doing a cluster. I was trying to clear my mind tonight. These are 25 grocery items from the 80s that failed. I don't agree that all these failed. Not Bill Cosby. Oh, yeah, buddy. I'm going to start off right away saying I loved Jell-O pudding pops. And the thing is, they didn't even stop making them because they weren't good, because they weren't selling. They were selling like hotcakes. Production was too expensive.
Between 1980 and 1989, American food companies launched more than 14,000 new grocery products. Wow. 8 out of every 10 disappeared within 24 months. Some lost $100 million before the first carton was ever returned. Number 19 on this list cost Coca-Cola 79.
Bill Cosby's in more than one of these, if you noticed. He was the shite back then.
9 days of bad press.
All right, I'll back up.
Number 19 on this list cost Coca-Cola 79 days of bad press and 1,000 angry phone calls an hour. Number 8 came back from the dead and lasted just long enough to fail a second time. Number 1 is still discussed in business school case studies 4 decades after the last box left the warehouse. What most people miss is that these were not jokes at the time. They were big bets by serious companies with focus groups, primetime television budgets, and shelf placement at every Kroger and A&P from coast to coast.
Right.
Hit that subscribe button. Here are the 25 grocery items from the 1980s that failed. Number 25, Donkey Kong cereal. The Ralston Purina factory in Battle Creek, Michigan, was running barrel-shaped corn puffs through a sugar drum in 1982. All for an ape who lived inside an arcade machine. Nintendo had licensed...
Oh yeah, I gotta stop. The arcade there, I miss arcades. We used to get out and talk to each other. All this online gaming, it still doesn't have the camaraderie and the good times. Sorry, I was trying to play
in Battle Creek, Michigan, was running barrel-shaped corn puffs through a sugar drum in 1982. All for an ape who lived inside an arcade machine.
Look at that. There is one of these for sale on Marketplace in my area. Yeah. God, arcades ruled.
Nintendo had licensed...
Look at that. The little robot that really never went anywhere, just like the Power Glove. Nintendo was epic at the time. And the gun worked. Everybody used the gun. They used the normal system, but I don't think the robot or the Power Glove really ever went anywhere.
The gorilla to a cereal company, hoping to ride the quarter-eating craze into every American breakfast bowl. The pieces were dyed bright orange and tasted like sweetened cardboard, with a faint...
They're right. If any of you in the chat or watch this later have ever had the Donkey Kong cereal, let me know. Because I do vaguely remember having it, and I was like, oh, Donkey Kong! And my mom actually got it. She rarely got his sugar cereals. You can see a couple others here that she did get me. I had to fight for that. My family's into Cheerios, plain Cheerios, and grape nuts. That's what my parents wanted to feed us. But man, I got these. I never got another box. They really weren't good. They were not.
Scorched note from the puffing gun. Children wanted the box for the back panel game and threw the cereal in the trash.
True.
Mothers stopped buying after a single round. Ralston pulled it from supermarket aisles in 1984, less than 2 years after launch, with retailers reporting unsold cases stacked in back rooms from Topeka to Tampa. The licensing deal alone had cost more than $1 million before a single bowl was eaten.
Wow.
The arcade machine kept earning quarters for another decade.
Oh,
the
still
cereal
today.
did not earn back its...
Another decade? You can still find Donkey Kong at arcades, the few arcades you can find. There, like I said, there's one for sale on my Marketplace in my area. Don't forget the Nintendo Power Pad. Oh, yeah! Dude! Yeah, the Twister Pad. You're right. Of course, if they'd had Dance Dance Revolution or something on it, maybe it would have gone somewhere.
Launch budget. Today, an unopened box sells on collector forums for almost $300, more than Ralston ever made on a case during the original run. Number 24, Cracker Jack cereal. Ralston tried the same trick a second time in 1982 with the famous caramel popcorn brand, betting that a 100-year-old name would carry a breakfast box the way it had carried a ballpark bag. The cereal looked the part. Glossy peanut clusters and caramel-coated corn pieces sat in a red, white, and blue carton with the sailor boy and his dog smiling out from the front. There was a prize inside, just like the snack. The problem started at the breakfast table. Milk turned the caramel into a syrup and the cereal into a brown slurry inside 90 seconds. The peanuts went soft and the corn pieces collapsed under the...
But wasn't that like half of those cereals? Don't half a cereal... Oh, I picked a bad way to stop there. But, I mean, don't half of these, I don't know, gooey cereals turn into slurries like that? I mean, they're not like Captain Crunch, you know.
The spoon. Children who loved Cracker Jack at the ball game refused to eat it from a bowl, and parents who paid $2.49 stopped repurchasing after the first try.
Dude, that was a cool cartoon in the background. They had Marvin on the back of one of the boxes.
By late 1985, the cereal was gone from the shelves where it had launched with a six-figure television campaign. The snack itself outlived its breakfast cousin by 4 decades and is still sold today.
Yeah. Dude, Mork from Work. And that card on there looks like it's from Radio Shack back in the day. Mr. Bucket or something like that, this was called. I can't remember. I can't read that. 1980s stuff. It's hard to get high def.
Number 23, Pudding Pops.
Yeah!
The freezer aisle in 1982 was full of a brown, white, and chocolate vanilla swirl on a stick from General Foods, with Bill Cosby...
All right, come on. If you've ever had a pudding pop, just tell me right now that you're not tasting that. Just hearing it and seeing that. Pudding pops were epic, and my parents, that was one of those things they loved. They thought pudding was better for us than some of the other crap out there. They would buy us pudding pops. We loved these things. Everybody loved them. They could not sell, make these fast enough, which is, well, part of the problem. But Bill Cosby, again, gonna get a lot of Bill Cosby there.
Smiling on every box from a television commercial running 30 times a week. Jell-O Pudding Pops were a genuine hit at first. They sold $300 million in their second year and pushed traditional ice cream novelties off the shelves. Then the manufacturing math caught up. The Pops needed special chocolate-coated equipment, the freezer cases needed restocking twice as often, and the margins shrank with every box that left the warehouse. Knockoff store brands undercut them by a third.
But they didn't taste as good. No, the knockoffs did not taste as good. They never got the process that Jell-O had down and patented. They never got it good enough. If you've ever had pudding pops and then you ever had the knockoffs, you knew they were still pretty decent, but nowhere near as good. And even your parents didn't want the knockoffs because your parents always loved to sneak a pudding pop. They didn't like the knockoffs any better. They go, no, the real ones. Jell-O was selling these things left and right. The manufacturing and transportation was too much. That's sad. I don't call that a failed product. I mean, is that a failed product? No. It was selling. It's just the logistics let it down.
1989.
I call a failed product something that didn't sell, like Donkey Kong cereal. Didn't sell. That is a failed product, not, oh shit, the technology wasn't there and logistics weren't there.
General Foods had quietly discontinued the line in most markets.
Bummer.
Children who grew up on them spent the next 20 years. Pops were a genuine hit at first. They sold $300 million in their second year and pushed traditional ice cream novelties off the shelves. Then the manufacturing math caught up. The Pops needed special chocolate-coated equipment, the freezer cases needed restocking twice as often, and the margins shrank with every box that left the warehouse. Knockoff store brands undercut them by a third. By 1989, General Foods had quietly discontinued the line in most markets. Children who grew up on them spent the next 20 years asking when they would come back. Kraft tried a brief revival in 2004 that also failed. The Pops went dark again, and a generation that remembers them still describes the taste from memory the way you describe a smell from a childhood kitchen.
Oh, they're so good.
Number 22, Topples.
I don't remember this one. I don't think I ever saw it. I really don't think I ever saw it. This one interests me. I almost would have liked to have tried it, but I don't know. It looks like it just failed abysmally. Did you ever hear of or try Topples? I just didn't get this one. Of course, a lot of people don't realize that back in the 50s through the 80s, maybe even early 90s, there was a lot of products, even by big companies like Frito-Lay or Pepsi, that we didn't get nationwide. There was stuff that was just regional, like Hanson's sodas, that are now in a lot of health food areas of your grocery stores. Those were originally just in California. My parents, when we used to take trips out there to go see the redwoods and stuff, we always camped. So they didn't have the money for hotels for all that. We'd go out there, and my parents would buy a bunch of Hanson sodas in California because they knew they couldn't get them anywhere else. And now they are nationwide, but things didn't used to be that way. Frito-Lay would release stuff in just one part of the country, not the rest. So would some soda companies and everything else. I mean, Cheerwine wasn't nationwide until after Pepsi bought it. So maybe these were East Coast. I don't know. It looks like an East Coast thing.
Frito-Lay watched the cracker aisle in 1986 and decided the world needed a chip with the cheese already baked on top. They engineered a square corn cracker with a melted cheddar disc fused to one side, then shipped them in a foil bag that promised the snack you would otherwise have to make yourself. Test stores in Dallas and Atlanta moved them at a respectable clip during the trial run.
Okay, so maybe South.
National rollout in 1987 hit a wall. The cheese topping cracked and flaked off inside the bag during shipping, leaving a layer of orange dust at the bottom and a naked cracker on top. Customers opened a...
Well, cool. Guess what I'm eating? I'm going right to the bottom of the bag, eating all the dust out of the bottom. Because you know that's the best stuff. The stuff in the bottom of the Doritos bag, the stuff in the bottom of the Cheetos bag. I'm going for that.
Clip during the trial run. National rollout in 1987 hit a wall. The cheese topping cracked and flaked off inside the bag during shipping, leaving a layer of orange dust at the bottom and a naked cracker on top. Customers opened a $4 bag and got 2 snacks instead of 1 combined snack, defeating the entire selling point. Frito-Lay killed the line by the end of 1988 after a reported $13 million in marketing and shelf space. The factory switched back to running Doritos within a month. Topples became one of the most expensive cracker experiments in snack.
And now Doritos is a food, a whole food line in and of itself. It is a whole thing. Seasoning, bottom of the bag. Hell yeah. Dude, can you imagine if they just sold bags of that shavings and seasoning that falls off? Oh, because in the factories, there's got to be just tons of that in the bottom of the machinery. Frito-Lay, listen to me right now. Bag that. Sell it. I don't care if it's the little fun-size bags. You sell a bag full of that magic powder, people are gonna just love it to death. So yeah, patent Lion's Den 2026. If you want to do that, gotta pay me.
History, and is now nearly impossible to find, even in collector circles. Number 21. Burger King Jumbo Revival.
I never heard of this.
The hot ham and cheese sandwich had been a Burger King staple in the early 1970s before getting cut from the menu without...
Maybe that's why. I don't know if I remember Burger King from the 70s. I was very tiny. But yeah, so the Jumbo
ceremony. Then in 1985, a new marketing director ordered it back, convinced nostalgia would do the work that chicken sandwiches were doing for the competition. The Jumbo returned with the same long sesame bun, the same shaved ham, the same melted American cheese, and a small ad budget in regional markets only. The problem was that Burger King had become a flame-broiled burger chain.
Kind of miss, and it wasn't. Fast food restaurants in the 70s and 80s were much more fun. They really did dress like this. Remember McDonald's had a real nice, colorful looking uniform also? All the places did. Just like the buildings. They were very distinct and stood out, made you feel welcome. Now that everything's an econo box. half the people in there wear just a shirt with black slacks. Sure, it may say Taco Bell or hi, my name is Janine or whatever. But it's nowhere cool like this. Wearing an actual standout outfit. I mean, my gosh, it was really better. They all had them. And it was really nice. Of course, I'm kind of nostalgic about the original nurses' outfits back in the day, not the, everybody just wears scrubs now. Okay. Hardee's has delicious hot ham and cheese. Yes, they do. Joel, do you remember? A lot of people don't remember this because I guess not every Hardee's had it, but a lot of them did. Hardee's fried chicken. It was amazing. It was better than, people were all over saying it was better than KFC. And then suddenly they just stopped doing it. And I don't remember for sure, but I thought I heard it was a corporate thing where they just didn't want to get into fried chicken, even though it was selling like hotcakes. I don't understand stuff like that. Hardee's does have a great ham and cheese. They also have a pretty good roast beef sandwich and pretty good horseradish sauce. But I'm sorry, Arby's kills them. Oh. But yeah, Hardee's has, their hot ham and cheese. Oh, that's good stuff. Now, that's what the McDonald's call theirs, hot ham and cheese. I remember the outfits. Do you remember the outfits? I mean, I don't know how old anybody is, but even through the 80s, a lot of places still had their outfits. 50s through the 80s for sure. But it really made it nice. It was fun, quirky.
In the years between, and the steamed deli sandwich felt like a museum piece next to the Whopper. Sales never crossed the threshold needed to keep it on the boards.
Okay, well, great, because now I'm going to have to eat something yet tonight. Dang, that looks good.
By 1986, the Yumbo was gone again, this time for good, in less than 14 months.
Wait. Look at that. Do you know who this guy is? Look at this. Look who this is. I'm going to play it a couple times. I'll play it more than once. Tell me who this dude is. Don't Google. Look at his face and tell me who this is.
By 1986, the Yumbo was gone again, this time for good, in less than...
You are going to crap if you don't know when I tell you.
14 months.
Look at that face. I'm sorry I can't make it any clearer, but dude, look at his face. I'm waiting. I am waiting. I want to see if anybody knows. I will play his back. It's him. It's him. If you know who it is, Jay Watterson, go ahead and say it. I mean, I thought, I was like, oh my God. I don't know why my autistic pop culture brain knew who it was right away.
This time
what?
for good, in less than 14 months.
Holy crap, he's young.
Franchise owners said the older customers
Holy crap.
who remembered it from the 70s ordered it twice and went back to burgers.
I'll try it one more time. I'm trying to kill time.
Needed to keep it on the boards. By 1986, the Yumbo was gone again, this time for good, in less than 14 months.
No, not a football QB. That's not a bad guess, though, from the 80s. But you're going to crap, and you're going to see how long this guy has been either a struggling actor or an actor. He's an actor. I'll give you that much. You are going to lose it. And maybe I'm wrong. I don't think so, because I did not go look it up. This is all off my brain going, dude, it's... All right. You guys have both guessed. I'm not even sure there's anybody else here, so... Christopher Maloney, the actor. Law and Order. Oz. Here. Well, we're going to find out if I'm right. It's him. Look. There he is young. Here he is now. That's Christopher Maloney. Ah, look at that. Oops, sorry, I went wrong spot. There we go. Christopher Maloney. Now you got to see me there. Christopher Maloney, dude. That is 100% him. Let me see. Maybe I'll just do a quick search of it anyway. Just type in Christopher Maloney Burger King. Of course, he's looking a little older now. Oh, that's just not right. I don't want to see that picture. Never heard of him? Law and Order, Special Victims Unit, and the TV show Oz. He's been in a lot of stuff. There he is. It is him. Doom, I was right. I honestly had not looked. I just knew that was Christopher Maloney. Yep. He's been an actor for a long time. Elliot Stabler in Law and Order SVU, a show that I think if anybody watches more than 2 seasons of, you are probably on the Epstein list. Anybody that wants to watch 20 years of a TV show about everybody getting SA'd and weird crimes with kids and stuff, you want to watch 20 years of that, there's something wrong with you. Honestly, I liked Law and Order. This show came out, I watched maybe a season and a half. I'm like, no. You can only watch so much of that insanity. So yeah, he's been an actor for a long time. I thought it was funny that he was in it. All right, back to this.
Franchise owners said the older customers who remembered it from the 70s ordered it twice and went back to burgers. The younger customers never tried it at all, and the menu boards were stripped within a single Tuesday morning. Number 20, Lipton Sip-Ups.
I never heard of this one. Ever. Sorry, let me blow that back up. There we go. Never heard of it. Anybody else? But you never heard of Christopher Maloney. I've never heard of this. And they talk about pyramid box, but it looks like a square box to me.
The juice pouch aisle in 1985 belonged to Capri Sun, and Lipton wanted in on the business.
No.
Their answer was a pyramid-shaped foil pouch.
No. Definitely not Hill Street Blues. Way too far. I remember him, though. Hill Street Blues is a good show. The theme song really stuck in my head, too.
With a built-in straw, filled with sweetened tea and a fruit flavor that came in cherry, lemon, or orange. Mothers who packed lunchboxes liked the price, which was a few cents under the leading brand. Children hated the taste. Cold tea mixed with cherry syrup tasted like cough medicine to a 7-year-old, and the pouches came home from school full and warm at the bottom of the lunch bag.
I will say this. I am kind of happy that I was alive when Capri Sun came out. Dude, that was the in thing to have in your lunch in school. Capri Sun. The pouches were cool and neat as heck. It's like so space age. And the juice, honestly, wasn't that bad.
Lipton spent close to $6 million on television spots showing kids running through sprinklers with a sip-up in hand.
Oof.
None of it changed what was inside the pouch. By 1987, the line was discontinued in most markets, and the pyramid pouches that had not sold were sent to discount.
Look. See that? See who that was? Getting some celebrities. I didn't notice that before.
Discontinued in most markets. And the pyramid pouch.
All right, that's Bubba Smith. Bill Euchre, is that? No. What was his name? Euchre. George Euchre? I don't know. Dick Butkus, Bubba Smith, and Euchre. I can't remember. I don't know his name. But yeah, that's them. Holy crap. The pixelated 80s is hard to see it, but yeah. Holy hell.
Pouches that had not.
Bob Euchre, thank you. Wow, as much as I use the name Bob, my wife would be mad if she saw I didn't get that. There you go. There you go, Joel. Got you some football. And a little baseball. But yeah. Dick Butkus. A lot of people made fun of his name probably to his face. Dick Butkus, Bubba Smith, and Bob Euchre. There we go. I think I'd know that too.
Not sold were sent to discount stores where they sat next to off-brand chips at 15 cents a piece until they were pulped at a recycler in New Jersey. Number 19, New Coke.
Okay, that was a big. This is probably the biggest screw up on the list. Because this was a fail. Once again, Pudding Pops, I will die on the hill that Pudding Pops was not a fail. This was a fail. I don't know if I can remember the taste of New Coke anymore, but I don't think it was that bad, but it wasn't that good. And it was weird that, like, the original Coke seemed fine. Why did they think, hey, let's just take down our billion-dollar product, number 1 or 2 in the country, depending on how you look at it, and we'll just replace it with something untried and true and not tested. Okay, good plan, guys. Nice job. It was a cluster.
The Coca-Cola headquarters in Atlanta announced on April 23, 1985, that the formula every American had grown up on was
Now, I don't know if that was a real ball player there. Maybe you guys would know.
being retired and replaced. The new version had been tested.
Oh, look. There we go. Jay Watterson, you get a double helping of Bill Cosby. Ha ha. He was everywhere. New Coke tasted like Pepsi. That's I remember people saying that back then. I don't think it ever tasted like Pepsi to me. I think it did taste maybe a little more towards that way. I actually like both Pepsi and Coke. I like the distinct flavors. Sometimes I'll want a Coke. Sometimes I'll want a Pepsi. I will say this. Also, I feel the same way about Mountain Dew and Mellow Yellow. And unfortunately, a lot of the stores in my area somehow do not carry the zero sugar Mellow Yellow. To my grocery stores, Jewel, Hy-Vee, Fairway, get off your ass and start carrying the zero sugar Mellow Yellow, because I do love a good Mellow Yellow. Used to drink it all the time when I worked at the ski rental shack at Snowstar Ski Area. Yeah. All I know is it was a big clue screw up, because people like Pepsi. If they tasted like Pepsi, they would have just like Pepsi been like, hey, join our club.
Tested on 200,000 people, beat both Old Coke and Pepsi in blind taste panels, and was ready to win back the Cola Wars. Then the country found out.
It makes you wonder, who were the idiots that tasted it and said, oh, this is better? I mean, was it all just people like, oh my God, you're getting rid of our old? Or did it actually taste better? Because they tested it to all these people, they say, and they said, oh, it's better. I don't know. It does sound like either they had a lot of dumb people who blind taste tested and said it was better, or it was all just, oh my God, you're taking my old thing. What if we did miss out? What if the new Coke was better? And it was just because people freaked out that we lost out on the new, improved, amazing Coke.
The phone bank at Coca-Cola took roughly 1,500 angry calls a day for the first week. Letters arrived by the bag from Nebraska, Florida, and Oregon.
Letters. Bags of letters.
Some addressed simply to the idiots in Atlanta. A man in Seattle.
That's pretty good. The idiots in Atlanta
Filed a class action lawsuit. A retired colonel in San
really had Bill Cosby. Bill Cosby was all over on ads in the 80s.
Antonio filled his basement with 1,200 cans of the original. 79 days later, the company surrendered, brought back the original as Coca-Cola Classic, and quietly demoted the new version to a side project. New Coke limped on as Coke 2 until 2002. Generations of customers have...
I never saw Coke 2, I don't think. Did I? I don't know. I don't know if I remember if I ever saw Coke 2. I saw his classic Coke, New Coke. I'm not sure I ever saw Coke 2.
Being voted against it with their wallets. It is still taught at Harvard Business School as a textbook story of a company that solved the wrong problem. Number 18, Pringles Light.
Pringles Light. Don't they still have those? Don't they still have Pringles Light?
Procter & Gamble looked at the light snack boom of 1986 and thought the famous saddle-shaped chip would be the perfect canvas for a reduced grease reformulation. The Cincinnati lab spent close to 2 years engineering a version with 1/3 less cooking grease than the original, using a new vegetable shortening blend balanced for the right snap. The cans hit shelves with a green stripe across the familiar red tube to signal the change to regular buyers. The chips inside tasted faintly of cardboard. The texture had a soft, almost rubbery snap instead of the loud crack the brand was known for. The kind of crack a kid in 1986 would recognize from across a kitchen. Customers who picked up a can for the lighter Promise put it back after one chip, and the regular Pringles next to it.
Dude, she's an actress or something. I don't know what. She was in something. I don't know what. It drive me nuts. I owned a Dick Butkus grill that used 10 rolled up pieces of newspaper for fuel. Really? Huh. It's like his outdoor version of the George Foreman grill then. Okay. If Coke didn't say they changed it for me, nobody would have known. Or, Joel, if they wouldn't have noticed, or they'd have been like, whoa, Coke, what have they done? Coke tastes great. Because 200,000 blind taste testers said this is better than Coke or Pepsi. Yeah, you wonder if they'd done it differently. If they'd released it without telling anybody, put it in their normal cans. If anybody would either, like you said, wouldn't have noticed, or they'd been like, dude, this is good. Did you guys, they could say, oh, we just tweaked the formula, or we added a little sugar or something. And then maybe they would have been like, whoa, kind of crazy.
Kept selling at the same pace as before. Procter & Gamble pulled the line within 2 years.
She was something too. Face. Not that I'm not looking at the rest, but the face definitely looks familiar.
And fold.
Of course, the 80s had a lot of very attractive but kind of throwaway actresses.
The lessons into a quieter reformulation of the regular product. The green striped cans went into clearance bins at supermarket end caps, marked down to 50 cents, and then to nothing at all by Christmas of 1988. Internal estimates put the total loss at close to $40 million, including the Cincinnati line conversion that had to be reversed. The lesson Procter & Gamble took from it shaped how the company tested every new chip variant for the next 20 years.
This chick, though, she is somebody. I don't know who.
Number 17, Yoo-Hoo Light. The chocolate drink that had been a corner store fixture since the 1920s tried a lighter version in...
All right, I'm going to stop. I know some people will go, I'm with you. Others will condemn me for this. I don't think I've ever had a bottle of Yoo-Hoo. And I've always been told by people, never drink it out of a can, always drink it out of a glass bottle. But I don't think I've ever had a bottle of Yoo-Hoo. So I don't even know if it's good. For some reason, I just never wanted to drink like chocolate milk out of a can. And I'm not sure about a glass bottle of something called Yoo-Hoo. So I've never had it. I have no leg to stand on here.
1987, betting that mothers who would not buy the regular sugar-loaded bottle for their kids would say yes to a less sweet alternative. The new Yoo-Hoo Light came in a narrower brown bottle with a teal label and a sweetener swap that cut the sugar almost in half. The taste.
It doesn't look right. Maybe that's another reason. I don't think I like the looks of it. It looks like Mississippi River water, and not like chocolate milk. Chocolate milk has a look that looks like brown water, and I just never found that something I wanted to drink. Yuck.
Was the problem nobody could fix. The lighter version had a chemical aftertaste that lingered on the tongue long after the last sip from the bottle. Children who loved regular Yoo-Hoo took one mouthful and refused the rest. Adults bought a six-pack out of curiosity and never bought a second from the same shelf. The product was off store shelves in less than 18 months, and the company went back to the original formula and never tried a lighter version again. The original is still made today in the same brown bottle that the grandmother of the kid who refused the lighter one used to bring home. Number 16, Frusen Gledje.
Never heard of it. Sounds like an East Coast thing. Chocolate milk made with water instead of milk. No, yeah, ooh. Well, that explains to me why it looks like it does. It always looked like porta potty runoff or something to me. It just never looked right. And I didn't want to drink it because it didn't look right. Chocolate milk made with water instead of milk. Yeah. So chocolate water. No.
The Pillsbury Company watched Haagen-Dazs build a
Haagen-Dazs? You mean Haagen-Dazs? So is this an AI, or do you just guy really not know how to pronounce Haagen-Dazs?
Premium ice cream empire in the late 1970s and decided the country could support a second European-sounding brand. They invented Frusenglege in 1980 with a Swedish-style name and a gold-rimmed pint that cost almost $3 at a time when regular ice cream cost 90 cents.
Oof. God dang, this was the upper scale ice cream. It cost $3 a pint. Now I think a lot of pints are like $5 to $8. Yike. And that's average-ish stuff. Be nice to go back to where an average pint was like $1.
The product itself was genuinely good. Heavy cream, real vanilla, dense and slow to melt on a hot summer afternoon in the suburbs.
That sounds good.
The trouble started in court. Haagen-Dazs sued over the deliberately fake foreign branding and won a settlement that forced disclosure on the label about...
I'm sorry, Haagen-Dazs is getting to me. That just says this thing is AI.
...the Pennsylvania manufacturing origin. Then Pillsbury cut marketing support, betting on grocery placement instead of...
Yeah, okay, wow. She's not pleasant to look at. I'm not sure that was the best for the ad.
Advertising. Sales stalled inside 2 quarters. The brand bounced through 3 owners between 1985 and 1993, ending up at Kraft, which finally pulled it from production after years of declining returns. The gold-rimmed pints disappeared from the freezer case, and the empty space was...
She was around. Kind of sad, though. It sounds like it was a really good ice cream. And just because Haagen-Dazs got pissy and they had to rename or change a little name on their... to tell people where they bought. So you don't like it because it was made in America instead? If it's good, it's good. This is what, Tracy Scoggins, I believe her name was. She was everywhere for a long time. She was. I think she played Elizabeth Lockley, too, in Babylon 5.
Filled by a generic store brand within a single week. Number 15, Almost Home Cookies. Nabisco rolled out the
I remember the ads, but I don't think I ever had any of these. I remember the ads played on Saturday morning cartoons a lot. But my parents were never into buying and stuff like this. So, did you guys ever have the Almost Home soft cookies?
Almost Home line in 1983 with a bakery-style commercial that promised cookies as good as the ones your grandmother used to make. The boxes were oversized, the cookies inside were soft and chunky, and the launch budget topped $50 million across television, print, and coupon inserts mailed to...
Dude, back then, today that's not as much money on a company, but still a lot. But back then, that was a crap load of money to throw into a product line.
Every zip code east of the Mississippi. The line moved well in the first year. By the second year, Procter & Gamble released Duncan Hines soft cookies in the same aisle, and the price war started in earnest. Then the lawsuit started. Procter & Gamble sued Nabisco, Keebler, and Frito-Lay for patent infringement on the soft cookie technology.
No, not Ernie. Ernie got sued for copyright infringement? What's the world come to? You can't even trust an elf in a tree. Dang.
That all 4 companies had launched within a 6-month window. The legal battle dragged on until 1989, settled for $125 million, and by then, most of the soft cookie lines were gone from the shelf. Almost Home was discontinued by the early 1990s. The cookies that promised the taste of a grandmother's kitchen ended up in a federal courtroom instead of a lunchbox.
So all the lawsuits and this product still ended up dying off? Wow. That's unfortunate.
Number 14, Reggie Bar Revival.
Remember it. I don't know if I ever had one. Maybe, because I don't know. Anybody have one of these? Because I don't think I have. I don't know. I mean, yeah, everybody knows who Reggie Jackson is, though.
The chocolate, peanut, and caramel bar named
Namath.
for Reggie Jackson had been a 1978 phenomenon given out free at Yankee Stadium on opening day in a promotion fans threw onto the field by the hundreds, halting play in the first inning. The original was discontinued in 1981 after Standard Brands decided it was too tied to a single player whose career was peaking.
So, okay, so it's selling good, but you don't want to discontinue it because it's tied to one guy. Okay.
Then in 1985, the company brought it back, betting on baseball nostalgia and an ad campaign tied to Jackson's pursuit of his 500th home run with.
You had the Reggie bars? Were they okay? Were they good? They look good. I don't think I ever had one, but they look good. I mean, my mom didn't let us have a lot of candy bars. One I could get away with once in a while was a whatchamacallit.
The California Angels. The revival used the same orange wrapper, the same recipe, and the same round shape stamped with the player's name across the front in raised brown chocolate letters. The marketing budget for the relaunch was reportedly close to $8 million across spot television and stadium signage in 6 markets. The problem was timing. Jackson was 39 years old, his playing days nearly over, and a new generation of children had no memory of the original at all. The bar sat next to Snickers and Reese's at the checkout aisle, both cheaper and better known by every kid at the candy counter. By the All-Star break of 1986, the revived Reggie. Bar was gone again from most stores around the country.
AI. You hear that pause and all that. The revised Reggie bar. Yeah, AI. AI voiced.
This time without a comeback at any major retailer chain or grocery banner. The orange wrappers became collector items within a decade and now sell for $15 a piece on auction sites, for a wrapper that originally cost the buyer 35 cents at the corner store in the summer of 1985. The lesson the candy industry took from it was simple and lasting. Nostalgia alone cannot sell a chocolate bar to a child who has never heard the name on the label of the wrapper before, and a player on the back end of his career cannot anchor a relaunch the way he anchored the original drop. Number 13, G.I. Joe Action Star.
I remember this one. It was like a bad version of Alphabets. Oh yeah, remember Alphabets? They were like a bad version of Alphabets. This one seemed like a horrible money grab. If you're gonna use G.I. Joe or anything popular, just make a good cereal. It's not that hard to make a decent cereal. It wasn't the greatest. It was another one where I love the box. I love G.I. Joe. Got my G.I. Joe stuff back there still. But it was not anything I ever even asked my parents to buy for me more than once.
Ralston had figured out cartoon character cereal in the early 1980s.
Remember the
and
ads?
In 1985, they aimed the formula at the most popular afternoon television show in America for boys aged 6 to 11. G.I. Joe Action Stars came in a green box covered in commando illustrations, with a corn cereal shaped into tiny stars and rifles dyed in 3 patriotic colors meant to match the show. The cereal pieces were so hard that they cracked under a normal spoon and floated on the milk like little plastic fragments from a snapped toy. Children who collected G.I. Joe figures begged for the box because of the back panel mail-in offer for a stickers pack. But the cereal itself was inedible by the second bowl on a Saturday morning. Stockists in Cleveland and Houston reported half-eaten boxes left behind on shelves where someone had opened them in the aisle to inspect the pieces.
Well, that's a whole nother problem. You have some real crappy customers that are opening your cereal boxes and eating half the box. If it was that horrid, they wouldn't eat half the box. That's just ghetto area. That's ghetto trailer park area is all that is. That's not, no, we're not blaming the G.I. Joe Action Stars for that. That's just some bad clientele. What grocery stores were these? The bodegas in the Lower East Side?
The line was discontinued in 1986, less than a year after launch, with leftover cases liquidated through dollar stores in the Sun Belt. The toy line outlasted the cereal by another decade and a half. Number 12, Kellogg's OJs.
The toy line? The G.I. Joe toy line went to crap right around 1987-88. Some say 89. But as soon as they stopped making them, semi-decent military-looking devices, maybe something slightly upgraded, then they went all weird, all the fruitsy-pootsy colors. Yeah, I made that up. Fruitsy-pootsy colors and idiotically outrageous designs. They went from being realistic, yeah, real American hero and Cobra, to what the absolute crap is this? Once they did that, they lost their popularity. They went downhill pretty fast. Then they tried to reintroduce some of the same vehicles for Cobra or G.I. Joe back and forth across them, and G.I. Joe Tiger Force and this certain commando group Cobra, when it was just, now Cobra has G.I. Joe vehicles with a different paint job, and G.I. Joe has Cobra vehicles, different paint job. It didn't work. They really lost the plot when they went all these fancy, weird colored, goofy devices. I have, one of the last ones I have is called the G.I. Joe Havoc. It's not that cool of a vehicle. I only got it because it was super cheap. But the G.I. Joe Havoc is semi-looking like a military vehicle with a more muted military colors and not quite all neon and stuff. But it's just a badly designed vehicle. They were losing the plot. When they went to neon, the colors, it was over. Yeah, 100%. I agree, 100%. And that's bad because I loved my G.I. Joe stuff. I loved them. I do.
The Battle Creek factory in 1985 ran a
Never had these. I never had OJs.
corn cereal coated with what the box called real orange juice flavor, sold in a bright orange carton with a cartoon
Sounds
mascot
good.
named Joey, waving from the front. Kellogg's marketing claimed the cereal would deliver the vitamin C of a small glass of juice in every bowl with milk. Mothers worried about morning nutrition picked the box up at the supermarket. Their children took one bite of orange-flavored cornflake, soaked in cold milk, and refused the rest of the bowl outright. The combination tasted, depending on who you asked, like a children's chewable vitamin, or like a glass of orange juice that had been left out overnight on a sunny windowsill.
All right, now one of those two things I have no problem with. I loved my children's chewable vitamins. I loved Flintstones vitamins. And if you were anybody was anybody, you went after the purple dinos first. The purple dinos were the best. I didn't mind an orange Flintstone vitamin. I liked my Flintstones. Now, orange juice left out in the sun, yeah, okay, that no.
Kellogg's gave it a year of shelf space and a quiet end without a final ad campaign. By the summer of 1986, the boxes were gone from supermarkets, and the cartoon Joey was retired before he ever appeared in a Saturday morning ad campaign of his own. The cereal is now considered one of Kellogg's most decisive single-year failures, costing the company a reported $18 million.
Oof.
Number 11, ice cream cones cereal.
I did have that one. I did have that one. Now, look at that free stuff in the back. Cool little free watch and stuff. They had a lot of the little toys they had in back then were great. Of course, it's today's technology. What kid, one, wears a watch? And two, would they be, it had to be some type of smart watch. They would also have a remote control for your TVs in it and tell you your pulse rate and your sleep schedule and everything. They wouldn't be happy with just a, hey, whoa, a digital watch. These
General
were good.
Mills
They really were good. I'm sorry, I like these. They were good. I didn't get them more than maybe once or twice, but they were good.
launched this cereal in 1987 with a back-of-the-box claim that promised the taste of a Sunday shop in a breakfast bowl. The cereal pieces were tiny waffle cone shapes alongside small Cocoa Puff balls meant to suggest scoops of ice cream sitting on top of the cones. There were two varieties at launch, chocolate chip and vanilla, and the boxes featured a pastel scoop shop scene that looked like it belonged on a small-town bakery menu from a generation earlier.
Okay, you got me on that one. Who's Melissa Francis? Where's the OJs? I'll go back to it. What's the Melissa Francis? Who's that?
With what the box called real orange juice flavor, sold in a bright orange carton with a cartoon mascot named Joey, waving from the front. Kellogg's marketing claimed the cereal would deliver the vitamin C of a small glass of juice in every bowl with
Little House on the Prairie? Oh. Talk about the kid I just
claimed
saw.
the cereal would deliver the vitamin C of a small glass of juice in every bowl.
That? I don't know. I don't think so.
With milk. Mothers worried about more.
Oh, you mean her? I do not know. Let me see. I'm not sure. You know what? Holy crap. I think you got one. Let's find out. Is she in it? Maybe. Maybe. Yike. Bug eyes. Yeah, there you go, Little House. Yeah, you got it. Yes, sir. Little House. The Prairie Cast. So, yeah, because since that came up under her name, you're right. You got one. Okay. Okay. There you go. All right, skip back to the ice cream cones.
Free as a nostalgia play, and it failed again on the same soggy
That's her.
cone problem.
You got it.
Some manufacturing problems are
Dang.
simply unsolvable from the inside of a cereal box. Number 10, Smurf Berry Crunch.
This one was not a failure. I will die on this other hill. I got two hills I'm dying on. Smurf Berry Crunch 1, it was really good. This one, out of all the cartoon, goofy cereals in the 80s, I probably got this one the most. This one was honestly tasty. I liked it. It looked good. It tasted good. This one was out for years. This wasn't one of those, Mr. T's that went a year or two. This thing, I believe, went like 7-8 years. That's pretty epic for a cartoon-based cereal to run.
Post Cereals signed a license with the Belgian cartoon characters in 1983 and rolled out a red and blue puffed cereal with a sweetness that registered closer to candy than to breakfast on a Saturday morning.
Good.
The Saturday Morning Smurf Show was the most watched cartoon in America during its first 2 seasons. The cereal followed it onto store shelves and into millions of households across the country, with a launch ad budget of around $12 million in the first year. Then the parents tasted it. Smurf Berry Crunch turned milk a faint blue and turned children's mouths a much deeper one for hours after the bowl was finished.
And it was part of the fun, you uptight AI twat. That was part of the fun. Turned your mouth blue. Everybody knew it. It wasn't that's what upset everybody. It was sweet, but it tasted great. That's not what upset everybody. That was part of the good.
Finished. Dentists noticed an increase in stained tongue complaints in the first year of national distribution. The cereal kept selling on cartoon goodwill until the show's rate.
Where? There were dentists. My parents are bringing their kids. Dude, there was a lot of candies in the 80s that stained your mouth. And even your teeth would be blue or green for a while. But good God, no, I am not going to believe that people are, oh my God, taking their kid to the dentist because a tongue was blue a little longer. Oh, Lordy. Stop it. Gargamel needed his own cereal. Yeah. Yeah, but what would they taste like? Bitter failure?
Ratings declined in the late 1980s.
Late 80s. So this thing went at least 5 to 6 years at least. That's a long time for any of the cartoon cereals.
Then faded with the franchise itself. Post quietly discontinued the line in 1989.
89, dude. 6 years. And I remember when it went away, I was like, oh, I was pissed. A lot of people were angry because it really did sell pretty good. People liked it. I don't know if there's any cartoon cereal has gone as long as Smurf Berry Crunch.
After 6 years on the shelves. Today, the boxes sell as collectibles for $50 to $100 on auction sites, and the children who ate it still describe the taste as the color blue, decades later. Number 9, Mr. T cereal.
Oh, there you go.
Quaker Oats partnered with...
It was actually not near as bad as the G.I. Joes or the Donkey Kong. The G.I. Joe stars and Donkey Kong were much worse. These were not epic, but you wouldn't have been disappointed to eat a box of them. You'd have been like, yeah, it's not bad. I could eat that. You know, if your mom was going to bring home a box of this every week, you would not be mad at mom. You might still want the Smurfberry Crunch, but you would not be mad at mom.
The actor in 1984 at the height of the A-Team craze, releasing a sweetened corn and oat cereal shaped into the letter T and packaged in a black box with a giant photograph of Mr. T pointing through the front toward the breakfast table. The advertising campaign was relentless, running every commercial break of the Saturday morning lineup for 3 years and showing Mr. T himself eating a bowl with the catchphrase, "I pity the fool who don't eat my cereal."
Yep.
Sales were strong through 1985 and into 1986.
Because it wasn't that
then
bad.
collapsed when the A-Team was canceled in the spring and a new generation moved on to the next television hero. Quaker discontinued the cereal in 1993 after a long, slow...
I disagree. It had nothing to do with the TV show. It was just because it was a decent, mediocre, maybe a 6 out of 10 cereal. Maybe a 5 out of 10. So it was an okay cereal. It's just okay cereals don't last that long, especially if you're buying it because you just like a character. They won't make it that long. Smurfberry Crunch made it 6 years because not only was it a popular show, but also it was at least a 7 to 8 out of 10, at least, my opinion, cereal.
Low decline of unsold cases stacked in regional warehouses. The black boxes are now a permanent fixture on the lists of greatest cereal flops, even though they outsold most of the others at their peak. The box made a brief cameo in the 2010 movie Pee-wee's Big Adventure, decades after the cereal went dark. Number 8, Hubba Bubba Soda. Wrigley's, the gum company that had owned the corner of every American checkout aisle for 50 years, looked at the soda market in 1988 and decided their bubblegum brand could cross over into the beverage cooler at the front of the store. They licensed...
That was Corey Haim, or Feldman. That's Corey Feldman. Hubba Bubba cereal for the soda. Hubba Bubba cereal soda was not that bad. I actually liked it. Drinking a bubblegum flavored soda was kitschy, and I actually didn't, I liked them. I don't think I drank them that often. Once again, my parents would give us a lot of sugary stuff. They would give me a nice glass bottle Pepsi and Mountain Dew, though. Or the Blue Nesbitt's Cream when we were at the bowling alley. My dad was in bowling league. That was pretty cool. It wasn't that great. It wasn't that bad. It was meh. But that was Corey Feldman.
Cooler at the front of the store.
Ah, right there. That's Corey Feldman. And the way the chicks look at him, he was already popular then. Yeah, okay, Corey Feldman. There we go, Jay Waters. I'm up on you, at least 1 or 2.
They licensed the name to a Texas beverage maker called Novelty Beverages and released Hubba Bubba Soda in 3 flavors, original bubblegum, raspberry, and grape, in a white can with the familiar pink and blue logo from the gum wrapper. The taste was exactly what the can promised. Liquid bubblegum, in carbonated form, served cold over ice on a summer afternoon. Children bought one out of curiosity at the corner store and refused the second can from the same 6-pack at home that night. Adults could not get past...
No, they didn't. Kids drank it. Parents stopped buying it for the kids. That's what happened.
Smell, which carried across a kitchen the moment the tab was pulled. The flavor that worked perfectly inside a stick of gum, where the saliva broke it down a sip at a time, did not survive the jump to a 12-ounce glass over ice. Parents poured most of the...
Holy shoot. Did you see who that was? I know, I'm probably talking to myself. Watch this. Tell me who this is.
Did not survive the jump to a 12-ounce glass over ice.
Look who that is in the center. That is... I'm not going to wait. That is Richard Mall. That's Bull. Bull Shannon from Night Court. That's who that is. At the time, he was in demand after Gremlins and Friday 13th, Part 4, the final chapter. Okay, you're right. You're right. Yep, he was already at the heartthrob then. Yep, that right there is Richard Mall. Huh? Oh, my Lord. It's amazing now to go back and see, because even though there were shows out, I liked Night Court. I liked other stuff Richard Mall was in. A lot of these actors and actresses and stuff I never noticed. Somehow, I'm just a dumb kid, never noticed it.
Parents poured most of the six-pack down the drain after the first
Because they didn't want their kids drinking bubble gum. Sugar bubblegum water.
round of complaints. The line was discontinued within 18 months. Wrigley's stuck to gum for another 2 decades and never tried a beverage spin-off again. Hubba Bubba Soda came back briefly in 1992 from a Wisconsin bottler and lasted just long enough to fail a second time before being pulled once more. Number 7. Apple Slice.
I remember the original Slice. Slice soda was pretty good. The different flavors were really actually pretty good flavors.
PepsiCo had launched the Slice line in 1984 with lemon, lime, and orange variants, riding the real fruit juice claim into a brief moment of soda aisle dominance against 7-Up and Sprite. In 1986, they extended the brand with Apple Slice, a green can promising 10% real apple juice and the same crisp profile as the original launch flavors. The marketing campaign included television spots with apple orchards and golden retrievers running through fall leaves on a Vermont hillside. The taste did not match the imagery. Apple Slice came out as a sweet, vaguely cidery liquid that tasted artificial next to the real apple juice in the same supermarket aisle in the next case over.
Well, it wasn't supposed to taste like apple juice. It was like apple soda pop.
Sales never reached the threshold PepsiCo needed to keep distribution in the Northeast or the South. The variant was discontinued by 1988, and the broader Slice brand began its slow decline through the 1990s before being quietly retired around 2000. The green
Wow, I honestly didn't know Slice went that far. But right now, in a few grocery stores around here, they have Slice again. But it's called Slice Pro. I don't know if it's PepsiCo. I haven't looked at the can, but Slice, like probiotic soda or something like that. It's supposed to be natural and better for you. And it's labeled, it looks a lot like those cans. But I did taste one, the grape or whatever. It didn't taste like Slice from the old days. So I'm not sure if it's even the same company or if they just bought the name.
Green apple Slice cans are now hard to find even on collector auction sites, mostly because almost nobody saved them at the time.
Do we have Squirt? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, we got Squirt. My dad drinks it all the time still. He still religiously. I grew up, my dad, some of his favorite pop, and because he mixed it, made mixed drinks with it, with Ron Rico rum or Wild Turkey or Yukon Jack, whatever he had, he used either Squirt or Fresca. Fresca and Squirt was his big ones. He still, to this day, drinks Squirt. Sorry, I knocked something down. Oh, somebody piled some stuff under the desk. But yeah, I still drink a Squirt once in a while. They are good cold. Don't try to drink a Squirt or Fresca after it warms up. It gets raunchy warm. You can drink a semi-warm Pepsi or Mountain Dew or something else. You're okay. Grapefruit soda does not taste good, room temperature or above. Cactus Cooler? Why does that sound familiar? Not as a soda. I don't know why Cactus Cooler sounds familiar. I thought Cactus Cooler, wasn't that High C? High C Cactus Cooler? Wasn't that what that was? It's like the High C Ecto Cooler or whatever. They had the Cactus Cooler. Kmart Cactus Cooler. Okay, I'm going to look. Well, actually, instead of looking over here, I will just look on stream. I'll just, boom. Go back. Or I don't care. I don't care what it shows. Maybe. There it is. Cactus Cooler. Orange pineapple. Ugh. One, I hate pineapple. So, no, I do not have this. And I'm not sure. I'm not sure I've ever seen this. Of course, I'm not looking for anything that has pineapple in it. I don't know if I have this or if I've seen it. Huh. I'd have to look. Got me. You got me on that one. Wow. Wow, why would they do that to an orange? Don't mix it with a pineapple.
Number 6, Slice. The original Slice line itself.
No, it's, hey, Kay. No, it's good you don't taste the pineapple. I'm not sure I would drink it anyway because I don't want pineapple. Well, there it is right there. Those are the new ones. The prebiotics, probiotics. They mixed up the old. This is the new Slice. And it looks a lot like the, I have to see if it's PepsiCo or not. But it says probiotics and prebiotics and probiotics on it. And it says grapefruit spritz and all this stuff. And I've seen them at Jewel. So Slice might be back. But I think the AI just mixed up and put these in. Because that's not the old Slice. That's the old Slice. It's good you don't taste pineapple. I'm not sure I even want to know if the pineapple's in it. I absolutely will yak if I taste pineapple. Yep, yak. Pineapple is gross. It needs to disappear from Earth.
The time. Number 6, Slice. The original Slice line itself belongs on this list, even though it lasted longer than most of the products.
But they just showed non-original Slice. Tell me you used AI to make this without telling me you use AI. Actually, it's mostly AI.
Around it on the shelf. PepsiCo launched the brand in 1984 with the slogan, "We got the juice," and a campaign that put it next to 7-Up and Sprite on every shelf in America. First-year sales were strong enough to threaten the lemon-lime category and to alarm the marketing departments at both competitors within a single quarter. Then the trouble started. The 10% juice claim drew lawsuits from competitors and questions from
consumers. They're showing the new
consumers.
cans again. They just showed the new cans again from the new Slice release. Do you like cream soda? Yes. I already told you, I like the Nesbits. Back in the day, my dad would use them in bowling league. We'd be at Milan Lanes or Central Bowl, and they had the bottles, Nesbits machines in the bowling alley. Had the glass bottles. You had the root beer, the strawberry, the orange, which was good, and the blue cream. Oh, that was still my favorite soda of all time. Besides looking like washer fluid, just tasted epic. So yeah, I do like cream. I like the A&W cream. There's some others I like. There's really good ones.
Groups about how a product with that little juice could lead with the word juice in its commercials at all. Reformulations followed, distribution shrank, and by the early 1990s, Slice had been pushed off most regional shelves outside California and Texas. PepsiCo retired the Slice name nationally by 2000 after a final attempt with a Diet Slice variant. A drink that had been one of the biggest soft launch wins of the decade ended as a cautionary tale about leading a marketing campaign with a number that customers eventually felt was a stretch. Number 5, like cola.
I remember this. I remember it. It was actually pretty decent.
The 7-Up company tried to break into the cola category in 1982 with a caffeine-free brown soda packaged in a red and white can, almost identical to a regular Coke at 20 paces. The product was meant to ride the no-caffeine wave that was sweeping through American grocery aisles after a wave of medical news stories about jitters and sleep problems in children. Like Cola tasted closer to flat root beer than to either Coke or Pepsi, and the no-caffeine angle was eaten alive within a year when both Coke and Pepsi launched their own caffeine-free versions of their flagship colas in white and silver cans.
Yep. That was a thing. I opened that. I'll take a look at that later, Jay Watterson. Jarritos.
7-Up could not match the marketing budget of either competitor, with both spending more on a single Super Bowl spot than 7-Up had for the entire year. Like Cola was discontinued in 1985, After 3 years on the market and a reported loss of more than $30 million in marketing and shelf space buybacks.
You know what we don't see anymore that was huge in the 80s? Pepsi Clear. I had one of those until recently, Kay, because they came back out with it a few years ago and I bought one. And I kept it unopened, but then I figured I might as well try to drink it. Also, I had the Pepsi Blue for a while. I thought the Pepsi Clear was meh at best. The Pepsi Blue was so gross. I dumped it. I couldn't finish it. I dumped it out. Jolt Cola was the exact opposite. Like, I love Jolt. In fact, right now there's a couple energy drink. There's an energy drink company that has relicensed the Jolt flavors and cans, and they have a Jolt Cola energy drinks. They have the root beer, the cola, and cream soda. And my brother-in-law and I both love all three of them. They are good. It tastes a lot like Jolt Cola used to, exactly. Just in energy drink form now. It's like, yeah. When they came back out, it was not as good, yeah. But now, remember, here's the one though. But Shasta was everywhere. Shasta was all, remember? I want to pop, pop, pop. I want to Shasta. Those ads. Those were ever. Shasta was huge for, 15, 20 years? And now you get it at Dollar Tree and Family Dollar and stuff like that. It's rarely found in your top-end supermarkets anymore. That's too bad because Shasta had all the nice flavors. Yeah. All the sugar and twice the caffeine. Yes. Jolt. Also, Surge. Jolt and Surge. Yep. I used to like Surge. Shasta and RC. Hey. Da, 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 da. Dude, I was thirsty anyway. Thank you. What a guy. What a guy. Look at that. Huh. I do still drink RC. And not just because it's cheaper than Pepsi. I actually like it. RC Cola, 0 sugar. Tastes really good. So yeah, I still had it. Yes, Shasta had 3-liter bottles. Now I need a moon pie. Ooh. Oh, that's good. I drink a lot of RC. I don't drink a lot of oldie school sodas, but yeah. I will buy a Shasta, though. If I find Shasta sometimes and they don't have the sugar freeze. My problem with Shasta didn't have a lot of 0 sugar versions. But I will drink a Shasta. Shasta had all the fun flavors. Also, my grandma, I know we're wandering off here a little bit. They had Clover Valley, kind of an offshoot brand of a grocery store brand around here. And they had tons of flavors that were really good. My grandma always had Clover Valley canned sodas on her fridge. Never really liked moon pies. Okay, I'm going to kind of go with you on that because I was a kid. I liked sugary stuff too. But 2 things I could not eat much of. Cadbury cream eggs. That overloaded even my children's love for sugar. They were so sickening sweet. I couldn't eat a whole Cadbury cream egg. There's bleh. Moon pies, I loved the first 2 or 3 bites. And then after that, I couldn't finish it. It was just so overloading sweet. So I would say I love the flavor of a moon pie, but I couldn't eat all of it. So, I'm kind of with you on that. Oh, those Cadbury cream eggs are horrible. The best thing about them is the ads. Bark, 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 roof. The lion roars. So, yeah, I am so glad to hear this. Those Cadbury cream eggs were abysmal. I cannot believe they're still out there. They've got to be just like fruit cake, the fruit cakes people get for Christmas. They just have to be. They have to be a gag. Because I've seen kids. Not trying to talk about family, but I have family in my family. The kids, they're younger kids. You hand them a Cadbury cream egg, they'll get that in their Easter basket, go, no. Young kids won't eat these things. There is one that does, and that kid gets jazzed. Kids like Speedy Gonzalez scooting around and eating that thing. Springfield's another generic store. So, yeah, Springfield. We had Clover Valley. We had Lady Lee. I'll bet you cannot tell me where you could find Lady Lee soda. You can't anymore, but Lady Lee was a brand name for a certain grocery store chain. My grandma would have that or Clover Valley. I've never had a good fruit cake. I'm just saying. Excuse me. Yeah. I never had a good one. Ugh. All of it bad. I'm with Kay. Nope, I'm with Kay. Nope, all fruitcake bad. They're gag gifts. I don't think anybody... Dude, they've admitted that most people never eat those things. They get it and it never gets eaten. It's amazing that we give something that people don't eat.
Red cans went to discount retailers in the South and Midwest, where they sat next to off-brand colas at 15 cents a piece until they were finally cleared out and crushed.
He was an actor.
Number 4, MCDLT.
Sometimes I really hope AI advances much faster because it'll fix this. Once again, this was totally AI. But McDLT, Mr. AI, let me help you out. The McDLT. And these were, honestly, I loved them. Yes, Jay Watterson is already cheering the McDLT. All that is up there in the list with black jelly beans. Okay, we're going to part. I do weirdly like a couple black jelly beans. I'm not going to say I'm going to eat a handful of them, but you give me 3 or 4 black jelly beans, I actually like them. Isn't that flavor anise or something like that? Is what it's called, anise? McDLT, hot side, cold side. Dude, these were good. Remember the good old styrofoam containers? They didn't leak otherwise as our paper ones today. Our paper ones have the little fold areas that leak. They get soggy. They don't keep your food warm long. I'm telling you. I'm sorry. The styrofoam containers were so much better. Kept the food fresher, warmer, didn't leak all over. Just better. Now, I remember the McDLTs, and if my parents took us to McDonald's, which wasn't regular, it was a treat thing, I would get the chicken McNuggets or I would get the McDLT when it was out. McDLTs rocked. They were good.
McDonald's launched the MCDL.
Oh, we had a celebrity spotting. We had a celebrity. Who is it? Come on. Ready? I know you're going to know this one. This is too easy.
McDonald's.
Ooh, look at that. And he has a head of hair. Holy crap. Yep, that's before he became super famous on a certain TV show. Big Macs tasted better in styrofoam. The funny thing is, soda pop tastes better in glass, even today. Pop is better in glass. Pop was better in glass then. The formulas were better. Pop was better in glass. Milk was better in glass. Styrofoam containers were definitely better for fast food. Having your trans fats was better for your KFC. And people were not fat and dying of heart attacks. Actually, I have a video marked we can go over sometime that why people weren't fat in the 70s, even though they ate all the fatty foods. Ever had a McDonald's birthday cake? No. I did not know they had that. I never heard of such a thing, but of course, some people don't know that Hardee's ever had fried chicken because their Hardee's didn't. Not all Hardee's did. Jason Alexander, yep. Look at that. Long before Seinfeld. Holy crap. Definitely young there, isn't he? And everybody, that's a weird look. He's got a sandwich, everybody's staring at him like, I'm gonna take it. That's a little too happy to have a sandwich.
McDonald's launched the MCDLT in 1985 with a
McDLT. Please, AI, I don't care if you're advanced enough to become Skynet and take over the world. Just for the love of God, please say McDLT right.
Styrofoam pack.
God, McDonald's made a birthday cake? Oh, you mean like they have the parties? Honestly, I didn't know they ever supplied the cakes. When they did a birthday at McDonald's, the families always brought cakes when I was there. I never even knew they had one. I know Baskin Robbins used to do the ice cream cakes. Oh, we're so good.
Package split in two. One side holding the hot beef patty and bun bottom, the other holding the cold lettuce, tomato, and bun top in a separate compartment.
Dude, this was good marketing. I don't know. All I know is around here, these sold like hotcakes. And they were really good. It was well done having a hot and cold.
The slogan was, "Keep the hot side hot and the cool side
remember
cool."
those. 100%.
Set to a Jason Alexander commercial
All we do is wait. All we had to do was wait.
that ran on prime time for 2 years across NBC, ABC, and CBS.
When you had 3 networks. That was it. And when your friend had HBO, man, he was the house you stayed at.
The food itself worked. The package became a problem the company could not ignore. Environmental groups in 1989 launched a national campaign against fast food styrofoam, and McDonald's.
Thanks a lot, jackasses. Because of that, our fast foods never taste. That and the people who got rid of trans fats. You guys suck. You suck. Our food has never tasted because people weren't dropping dead of heart attacks. People weren't big tubbos. We didn't have poor people that were tubbos back then. We had all this fatty crap food, but we were all thinner and healthier somehow. Weird how that works, isn't it? Oh, yeah, because people actually got off their fat asses and did something.
McDonald's became the public face of foam clamshell waste in nightly news segments and student protests on campuses across the country.
I will say this, amazing, think about it. They protested, students and kids in colleges used to protest against styrofoam containers. Now they're out there, oh my God, we gotta take down the patriarchy. Oh, America's horrible. Bring in communism. Holy shit. They've changed. Okay, had my 8th birthday there. Nope, when the menu got the party pack. Oh, when you got the party pack, came with a cake? Wow. Then my friends' moms and dads didn't allow the cake because they got the party pack, but they brought a cake. Maybe because they had special cakes made. Little Timmy with a baseball bat. I don't know. Because I never saw one. Yike. Yike. I remember Kentucky Fried Chicken. Kentucky Fried Chicken, not KFC. Had barbecue chicken. Before they started asking original recipe or extra crispy, you get a bucket of barbecue. Yeah. I actually worked at KFC for a short time back in the day. Probably one of my favorite, menial jobs. Because, man, if you were there at closing time, if there was chicken left, mashed potatoes, gravy, coleslaw, whatever it was, you got to take it home. There were times under my old 85 K5 Blazer, I'd have chicken and everything. We'd heat it up, even in the summer. We just run the heat to keep the chicken warm. We'd go out on Cruise 23rd Avenue, and we had food. And it pissed people off because my Blazer just reeked and blew out beautiful chicken smell. People either going, dude, you suck. Oh, yeah. We had a whole night's worth of food, sometimes more than that. But I remember KFC had their barbecue. Yep. Yep. Dude, the other thing is, Kay mentions, had your birthday at McDonald's. That was a thing. You had Ronald and the Hamburglar and Grimace and the Fry Guys and Birdie and Merrimack Cheese or whatever. They actually went out of their way. That pulled in families and kids. Now it's, oh, look, Econobox, and half of them don't even have the characters. They don't have play areas anymore. They're so bleh. You go into McDonald's, and the chairs look different. The Hardee's had the H's in the back of their chairs. And the outfits, it was so much of a better experience. Now everything's a blah econo box. You go down to my Wendy's and Taco Bell, all you gotta do is swap the colors off and change the signs over, and you couldn't have told one was the other. Everything, they changed to econo box. I will say thank you very much to Pizza Hut in Milan, Illinois. Yes, still looks like a Pizza Hut. It's not a square econo box. They've kept it looking like a Pizza Hut. It's looked like that since I remember, and since you used to go across the street when Showcase Cinemas in Milan used to be there. Milan, Illinois, what happened to you? You lost all your fun stuff. You used to have Milan Showcase Cinemas, epic. You had Skate Ranch. You had Deb's Drive-In. You had the Memory Drive-In Theater. Milan is nothing now for fun. And it kind of reflects. It's kind of, yeah, they got businesses, but it's kind of boring now. Ugh. I had friends who worked at KFC and would overcook. Yep. Tell you what, man, when you had a bucket of chicken in your vehicle and a big thing of mashed potatoes and gravy, oh, you were happy. There's times I'd go home and rent a movie. Right next door used to be the movie store in Milan, Illinois. That was the name of it, the movie store. The smell in there, the snacks, and the VHS tapes. And I'd get off work at KFC, grab a VHS or two, and go home and lay in my room eating chicken and gravy, baby. That was good stuff. Of course, that's back when Taco Bell's looked like Mexican, themed restaurants. There's still one on 23rd Avenue, Moline, Illinois. There's now an Indian restaurant, but it was the old school look Taco Bell. So, yeah. McDonald's wasn't with an actual playland. Yeah. The thing is, the playlands, I don't think they actually had those when I was a kid. They came on later, but now they're already dying again. But McDonald's didn't have to have a playland. They had the characters, the theme, the fun stuff, without even the big playland. McDonald's still technically sells birthday cakes, but they are incredibly rare and treated like a secret menu item. Ah. Huh. Well, I have to remember not to go giving anybody one of those by what you're describing. Hell, wonder if they're the same cakes. The ones they didn't sell yet. There are restaurants with both KFC and Taco Bell splitting. Yeah. We also have, it's like Long John Silver's and, oh, come on. A&W. A&W and Long John Silver's have split buildings too. Yep. There was a split KFC Taco Bell around here. I don't think we have one anymore. I think ours are all separate. Taco Bell don't need a slum. Taco Bell's definitely its own muchacho.
The MCDLT was quietly retired in 1990, along with the rest of the company's foam packaging line. The keep them separate concept made a brief return as the MCDLT style
McDLT
McLean in paper wrap, which was its own failure for a different reason involving carrageenan and water content. The 1985 Styrofoam Original is now considered the most environmentally costly hamburger in fast food history, generating an estimated 70 million foam containers a year at peak.
I'm going to say it. It was worth it. It was worth it. It was worth it.
Number 3, Pepsi AM.
I remember this one. Taco Bell had a very limited run of Baja Blast Pie. What? MCDLT, yeah. Yeah, the AI cannot handle certain reading, certain things. The AI still messes up a lot. You listen to certain pauses, the way things talk, and then how it reads things, yeah. MCDLT. Does sound like that. Pepsi AM. It was different. Somehow they didn't get the Pepsi flavoring right. It wasn't bad, but I don't know. I'd just rather drink a regular Pepsi or two. Or an RC Cola.
PepsiCo studied a small American habit in 1989 and decided breakfast cola was a real category waiting to be claimed. Their answer was Pepsi AM, marketed as a morning replacement for coffee with 28% more caffeine than regular Pepsi.
So
and
Jolt. They made their Jolt first. That's a good amount of caffeine in a morning soda. Holy crap. I didn't realize when I had that, I was drinking that much of it. Oof, that's some caffeine. I've had a soda in the morning. Anybody else out there? Okay, you don't want a coffee in the morning. What else do you have? If you want an actual drink, I've grabbed a soda in the morning. I've done it. Not proud of it. Done it.
Launch budget that bought television spots during the morning news
Oh my God, that guy looks familiar. Almost like Matt
block
Fruber.
on every major
but
network.
Somebody like him.
The product was real cola in a real can with a yellow sunrise across the front and a sleek logo that looked more like a rental car ad than a soda label. Customers found out very quickly that they did not want sweet, fizzy soda before 9 in the morning, no matter how much caffeine it contained or how many times the commercial ran during today. Test markets in Atlanta, Charlotte, and
I like how they got like kids drinking it. They're showing like teens drinking it, going, yeah, I'm ready to go to class now. Let's do social studies. Let me grab my Trapper Keeper. All right, before I move on, I don't know if you can see it if I'm blocking it. I hope I'm not blocking it. If I am, I'm going to go move my camera. Oh, no, I'm not. Okay. What is that symbol right next to the can? I wonder. I know it may not be, but it might be just for this ad. But it looks like the CBS Sunday Morning Sun that was on the CBS Sunday Morning show for a long time. Maybe it's just for this ad. That sure looks like that CBS Sunday Morning Sun. I got that link open, Jay Watterson. The Moon Pie review or the Mountain Dew Baja Blast Pie review. Sunday morning TV show, yeah. The CBS Sunday Morning. Doesn't that look like that sun? NutraSweet. Remember things that NutraSweet? NutraSweet had a hell of an aftertaste. It did.
Nashville returned weak numbers. National rollout was canceled within months. Pepsi AM disappeared from store shelves in 1990.
Michael J. Fox.
Less than a year after launch, and PepsiCo never publicly disclosed.
That was Michael J. Fox. I remember those ads. He did a couple Pepsi ads. God, I'm going to have to cover celebrity Pepsi product placements.
National rollout was canceled within months. Pepsi AM disappeared from store shelves in 1990, less than a year after launch, and PepsiCo never publicly disclosed the full cost. Industry analysts put it in the tens of millions. The yellow cans now sell on collector forums for $25 a piece, more than the original campaign ever recovered per unit at retail. Number 2, Premier Smokeless Cigarettes.
I never heard of this one. Never heard of this one. Never heard of Premier Smokeless Cigarettes. Of course, I wasn't a big smoker growing up with a lung condition, but I don't remember seeing or ever even hearing of these. The cleaner smoke. Okay. I will say I have a family member, and it's kind of a caffeine junkie like me, but also likes to do like Skoal and Kodiak dip still. Won't touch the Zyn pouch because they're not strong enough. I'm like, put 5 or 6 in your mouth. It's less gross than, I don't know, chewing. I never got the chewing tobacco craze. I can definitely see where it'll give you a buzz. I definitely grew up. I tried it. I had a friend, Brian. Even as young, he always had a Skoal wintergreen in his pocket. So one time, I had to try it. Yeah, my head was spinning. I don't know if you've ever tried smokeless tobacco. Take a pinch of Skoal, put it in your cheek. Ooh, mama. I had to sit down on the dike at the dam, the thing surrounding water, keeping water back. Don't get all frisky on me here. Sit down on the dike there and stop playing kickball at the Boy Scout thing because I was like, okay, yeah, everything's spinning. He's like, oh, you're not using it. It hit you pretty good. Yeah, it hit me. That was my one and only shot with Skoal tobacco. I didn't. Ha ha ha! You funny ass. Did you turn green from the wintergreen? I didn't turn green, but I was definitely going, whoa, the sky is spinning. I had to spit that sucker out because I was, whoo-wee. So I have a family member that will put a dip of that in and also be drinking an energy drink. It's like, I'm pretty intense with my caffeine. Like my pre-workout for the gym says 1 scoop, I'll use 2 or 3, and I'm okay. So, yeah. Green from the wintergreen. Wintergreen score. I didn't really get much of the wintergreen flavor out of it either. It's a really gross. If you are an auto mechanic, you've run into somebody that has chewing tobacco and spits on the floor of the car. And then they bring the car into you and you got a problem under the dash and you're going, no. Oh, we had a couple of customers get pissed. I'm like, I'm not fixing that. Why? Go get the interior clean, bring it back. I'm not laying in your spit and your goo. Gross. Gross, gross. I remember the smokeless cigarettes, a plastic tube. I do not remember these. I remember the candy cigarettes. I used to get in Andalusia grade school ball diamond at the concession building there. You'd be playing around with candy cigarettes. Boy, that was a thing they're not allowed anymore.
RJR Nabisco spent close to $1 billion between 1981 and 1988 developing what they believed would be the safest cigarette ever sold, a tobacco-flavored carbon stick designed to deliver nicotine without...
Holy crap. I did not... Dude.
Sold. A tobacco...
Holy crap. That is like less than 0 age for him. The movie, less than 0. Joe Dirt would say, I don't dip that skull. Dude, I had Skull and it effed me up. Of course, I was like 12 or 13, but wow. So, yeah, Brian got me. Man. I had no clue that would do that. Charlie Sheen before he had tiger's blood in him.
Flavored carbon stick designed to deliver nicotine without the smoke.
This is funny how smokers were always portrayed as suave and cool. Most people I knew even then were like, yeah, you look like a dork.
They named it Premier and rolled it out to test markets in Phoenix.
That's a nice boat. Cigarette boat, baby. They're still badass.
In St. Louis with a marketing budget of $325 million
oh my God.
And an executive expectation that this product would change the entire tobacco category overnight. Customers who tried it described the taste and language the company could not put on a billboard or in a magazine ad.
Ooh.
One reviewer in the Phoenix Republic compared it to lighting a piece of plastic on fire and inhaling the fumes. The carbon tip was difficult to keep lit and required a butane lighter to start, which most regular smokers did not carry around with them. Sales in the test markets collapsed inside 3 months. RJR Nabisco pulled the product in early 1989, less than a year after launch, in what is still cited as one of the largest single-product losses in American consumer goods history. The factory that built the carbon sticks was sold for parts in Ohio.
That guy right there, I'll bet I barely caught this. Do you recognize this guy? Try to freeze it better on his face, and I will let it there. I want to see if you recognize
was
this
sold
guy.
for parts in Ohio.
There, I'm going to leave it there. There is a late 70s, 80s TV show he was in for a short time. He went to soap operas later, I believe. But he was in a TV show, one I really loved. He was a scab, I'll give you that. Let's see if you know who that is. Remember Skull and Skull Bandit sponsored cars in NASCAR? Yeah. There was Winston. Remember the Winston Cup? The whole thing was sponsored by cigarettes. The Winston Cup. Winston cigarettes. Yeah, you had Skull. You had the Skull. Yeah, I remember the The Skull Bandits. They had a lot of things on cars you couldn't now. It's crazy how we've just chased out business. It's almost like people making it illegal to cruise in some areas and going, what happened to all of our business? Okay. So, I'm going to let it hear a little longer. See if you know who that is. I don't know his name, but he played a certain person. I'm going to give it another second or two. See if you can look at his face. All right. Let's see. Check. I've been checking Rumble. There's actually a few people over there. Howdy, Rumble. Grumblers. All right. If you guys ain't got it, I'm going to go. All right. All right, here we go. We're going to go here. I can't remember his name, so I'm going to type it this way. And as soon as I do, it's going to give it away. Vance Duke. That's the guy that played Vance Duke. Christopher Mayer. That's Vance Duke. Who was a lot better at a stand-in for Tom Wopat than little blonde weirdo here. I'm sorry. He was a little too metrosexual to be Bo Duke's stand-in. But yeah, that was him. Pretty cool. That's him. Huh. It's a weird, all the celebrities you see in these things now when you go back.
Number 1, C3P.
I think I'm going to start doing stuff like this, standalone, where we're not going to be doing 50 topics. I just needed to talk tonight. It was a rough day, and I needed to clear my head. But I think we're going to start going through old products and celebrities and things. Like I said, it's my channel. I do pop culture. I do politics. I'll do whatever I feel like. But I'm not abandoning politics. There's no way I would do that. But I'm definitely going to mix it up a little bit because I enjoy a lot of this stuff. C-3POs, by the way, were not good. They were not good. If you ever had C-3POs, if you found a child that said they loved C-3POs, that is a child that was in the future going to be a lefty, have a nose ring, and be voting for Kamala Harris or something.
Cereal. Kellogg's
and she's going to have like 40 cats if it's a girl, and if it's a guy, he's single still today.
Launched the most heavily promoted cereal flop of the decade in 1984, betting on the tail end of the Star Wars craze and a custom-shaped puffed oat cereal that looked
also not good. The Star Wars droids series don't always have to do politics. Oh, I know. No, I'm just not dropping it. My channel actually says politics and pop culture. So I labeled it that way from the beginning. So it's not me being outrageous. It's just, I know I've been balanced too heavily to politics, and I find a lot of this fun. And sometimes politics can get on your nerves, and sometimes this is just fun. Talking about this stuff, going through it. I think I'm going to do more standalone, just some of these. Do more of the pop culture side. So, we'll see how it goes.
Fox claimed, like the famous golden droid from Tatooine. The pieces were figure-8 shaped,
the cartoon wasn't good either,
and shipped in a black box with a glossy C3PO photograph that took up the entire front panel of the carton. The marketing budget topped $20 million in the first 6 months, with Saturday morning television spots, a comic book insert from Marvel, and a coupon mailed to 19 million American households across the country. Sales out of the gate were strong, with first-month numbers that beat every Kellogg's launch since the original Sugar Frosted.
Until people tasted it. The Donkey Kong cereal probably tasted better. No, really. It was not good.
Frosted Flakes. Then the figure-8 shape.
God, look at the great old Star Wars figures. The ones that didn't have all their articulation. Didn't bend and flex. Oh, miss the good old figures.
Proved nearly impossible to manufacture consistently. Launched since the original Sugar Frosted Flakes. Then, the figure-8 shape proved nearly impossible to manufacture consistently. Breakage rates inside the box ran above 30%, and the cereal often arrived at the store as crumbs on the bottom of the carton.
So?
By 1986, the line was discontinued, less than 2 years after launch. The unbroken boxes are now collector pieces, and the manufacturing notes from the Battle Creek plant are still studied as a product engineering case at Cornell. 25 products, each shipped to thousands of supermarkets across America, each pulled, retired, or quietly buried inside a quarterly report. The black cereal boxes, the green soda cans, the styrofoam clamshells, the smokeless sticks. None were stupid bets at the time. They were big budgets, smart teams, and serious shelf placement. The country looked at them, took one bite or one sip, and walked back to what worked. Tell us in the comments which one you remember pulling off the shelf and which one you wish had stayed.
All right, for me right away is Smurfs. I wish Smurfs had stayed out of those. I do. Or the McDLT. Smurf cereal and McDLT. Smurf Berry Crunch was epic. But that was a great little video. I did like it. It skipped on me already. Didn't mean for it to do that. I'll post a link in the chat here in a minute. I don't think we're going to do much more. I'm tired. I blew off a lot of time here, and I appreciate anybody stopping in and talking. Appreciate seeing you again, Kay and Jay Watterson, but I'm going to post a link. We'll chat just a second. Hang on here. There you go. Move me around. And poof. All right. Hang on here a sec. There we go. And post a link in the chat. So go over and give them a view. I know it's AI made, guys. I do know that. It's clearly AI. But you know what? Somebody still put some work into it, doing scripts or writing. So go watch it. Go give them a like. Check out the rest of it. They have some other good videos. I will definitely probably be going over some more of that type. I also got some police body cam stuff. So yeah, we're going to be doing some stuff when I can do it. And I'm going to try to pick single stuff to keep us, under 2-3 hours or something. And right now I'm at 3 hours and 36. That's up there. So yeah, I'm going to probably be out of here in a minute, but I'm going to try to keep all of my streams coming up in the future to 1 to 2 hours. And we're going to try to do more single or only a couple things in them. So that's just kind of what I'm going to try to do. We'll see how well that works out for me. But yeah, all right. Jack's dropped politics almost entirely on his streams because Lick cuts down a metal pole. Oh my God. So he's watching that guy from X. But we saw, do not do this. That's pretty good. I think I have a big brown dog. Hey, buddy. Sorry, my Chesapeake. Hey, Riker. Jaxie's upstairs. Oh, what? Come here. Come here. Come on up. Nope, here, I'll move over. Come here, Riker. Up. Up. Come on. Nobody can see you, Shorty. You're only 100 pounds. Come here. Sorry, this is... Oh, you guys have seen him before. This is Riker. There's a big head down here. Got a big old Chesapeake head. Oh, bang. Yeah. If you want to... He's our 100-pound Chesapeake Bay Retriever. He wants attention or food or he wants to go potty. Yeah, Jax has been... I probably want my computer settings today changed and my chair has moved down here on the desk. Because he's probably streaming and always moving the mic and stuff. Alright guys, thanks for stopping in and hanging out. I kind of needed it tonight. I know it was a long stream. We wandered a lot. I know it's not one of those anybody's going to find viewable afterwards, but thanks for stopping in. If you watch this later, thank you. But I am going to try to mix it up a little more and try to do more on my phone with more shorts, more of the little mobile streams. I'm trying to make the best use of my insane time. But thank you very much for stopping in, guys. I do appreciate it. And from me and, well, Riker, who's no goody. Now he's over in the pantry trying to see what he can get into. Yeah, what are you up to, Mr. Man? I saw that. Hi. Yeah. Yeah, big dog. He's one of our three. Yeah. All right, Jay Watterson, stay safe. Kay, thank you very much. Joel, Rad. To the lurkers. Thank you very much. I will talk to you guys later, sometime possibly today, as long as my day goes a little better. And I'll tell you, I'm waiting. I am looking forward to seeing Friday Night Tights for Neurotic today. And The Odyssey. We're going to get a lot more reviews. I almost wanted to talk about the Film Threat review, but I think we're out of time at about almost 4 hours. But The Odyssey, I don't know. It's not going to be a bomb, guys. It's Christopher Nolan. There's a lot of Nolan tards out there who just go because his name's on it. And some of the early reviews are saying some of it's really good, some of it's really crap. That they've kind of should have a few more changes, done a few things right, and this would have been an epic movie. But we'll see. See you in 2 weeks. No, dude, I've been on more. I've been on more than that lately. I'm really trying. Just my time is a cluster. Why do you think I'm on at 2 a.m. and I made little shorts during the day and then tried to make some shorts yesterday? Come on, I made some in my garage while I'm working on cars. If you look at me and when I'm in those, it's 95 degrees. The humidity is in the 80s%, and I'm still doing it. I'm trying. But either way, I'm doing it for fun. All right. Thanks, guys. Have a good one. And I will talk to you later.